Recording in progress.
This event is brought to you by the People Management Society, together with its gold power partners, Marché, Société, JPMAP BU University Chapter, and Human Resources Student Society, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, and its silver power partner, Circle of Students Assistant DLSUD, and of course, with its bronze power partner, Office Administration Society. This event is not possible without the help of our co-proponent partner, Café, Meraki, Imus.
This event is also brought to you by PMSoc membership partners, Almighty's in Eats, Fab Fashion, CMI Scramble Salitran DLSU-Dasmariñas Branch, James Pears and Hot Mommy DLSU City Cavite Branch, Sugarberry's Cake Shop, Los Churreros Cavite PH, Mangchai Café, Burol, DLSU-Dasmariñas Cavite, Big City at James T. Photography.
Before the webinar starts, we want to remind everyone of the following. Please observe proper decorum while the webinar is ongoing. PMSoc online marshals and usherettes are present during the webinar. They will be active on the comment section of the stream. Shall you have any questions and concerns, please direct it to our marshals and usherettes. All are encouraged to participate during the webinar. We encourage everyone to send their reactions, questions, and takeaways in the comment section. We ask everyone to use our official hashtag for today, #AddToCart with PMSoc, when posting about the webinar on your social media accounts. Lastly, have fun and enjoy Add to Cart.
We ask everyone to have a moment of silence for our Lasallian prayer, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem.
Let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the whole that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitation.
Let us all remember that we are in the holy presence of our God. Saint John Baptist de La Salle,
Pray for us
leave Jesus in our hearts.
forever.
Sono magini, prega sa sila
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Add to Cart. Ayan, shoutout muna sa ating 62 viewers sa ating Facebook Live. How are you today?
Yes naman, I think okay na okay sila. Sobrang sigla ng live natin ngayon. And sa comment section, ang daming gumagamit ng ating hashtag. I'm sure magte-trending ang PMSoc ngayon, Char.
Yes,
Pero yung partner, kamusta ka naman? Ako, okay na okay ako, halata naman. Kaya naman, we hope you are as excited as us. And before we really commence the program, may we call Add to Cart's project head, Miss Arlon Joyce Hernandez, to open our event with her opening remarks. Yeah, partner, habang hinaantay natin si Ate Joy, siguro, shout-out muna tayo dyan sa comment section. Kasi ang daming nagko-comment eh.
Grabe. Pinupuno din tayo ng heart reaction ngayong araw na to, partner. Buhay na buhay.
Excited ata sila, I think, sa Add to Cart. Dahil ang ganda naman talagang event.
Ayan na. Afternoon, mga ka-HRD. To all our participants, Lasayan and non-Lasayan community, welcome to our event entitled Add to Cart, The Wonders of Trading. This event is prepared for all of you. This is very timely as we became more in social media and online shopping to buy our personal needs and wants. First of all, we thank you for coming here today. We're always waiting for double digits every month. 9, 10, 11, and 12 for the next month for adding to cart what's on our list. But you choose to add to cart this event in your list today, even it's 24th of the month. And as you add to cart this event, we invite you to brace yourselves as you checking out by actively participating throughout this webinar. We wish that we may be able to shape the aim of this event and believe to deliver its purposes, to help entrepreneurs to promote their small businesses online, enlighten young ones how to start a venture in the comfort of our homes, and give ideas how to deal with different aspects of customer satisfaction and identify business sustainability that barely open the realm of business. We are hoping that as the event ends, we help you to be a smarter and a wiser online shopper and a business owner in your own venture someday. I hope everyone may enjoy as you become part of the success of this event. And together, let's add to cart the wonders of trading.
Thank you very much, Miss Arlon, and for your warm opening remarks. And mga ka-HRD, just like what Miss Arlon said, we hope you all could enjoy our event.
Totoo yan, Ate Joanna, and we're live again sa ating Facebook. Kaya naman shoutout sa inyo dyan ng mga nanonood. At ayan na, start na talaga tayo, guys. Welcome mga ka-HRD, and welcome to Add to Cart, The Wonders of Trading. And I am Blasam Asuma, your host for today.
Yes, welcome nga naman mga ka-HRD. We are very excited to have you here with us today. At ako naman si Joanna Manyamusa, ang second host niya para sa hapong ito.
Ayan! Magandang hapon muli mga ka-HRD. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Pwede nyo yan i-comment sa ating comment section. Sana ay excited kayo katulad namin dito. Di ba, Ate Joanna?
Hinako, Blessel, I think hindi ka nag-iisa kasi makikita naman talaga natin sa comment section kanina pa lang. Sobrang dami nang nagko-comment, sobrang dami ng heart reaction. So, hindi ka talaga nag-iisa. Ako din, syempre, lahat kami excited katulad mo. For sure, punong-puno ng energy and excitement ang ating mga ka-HRD.
That's true. Ayan, nakikita ko na nga rin sa ating comment section, Ate Joanna eh. Gustong-gusto ko yan. Yung lahat tayo ay nag-look forward sa ating event na Add to Cart, di ba? Ayan, kaya mahal na mahal natin ang ating mga viewers dyan. Shout out sa 64 viewers natin dyan sa Facebook Live. Sige, let's go!
Yeah, shout out 64 viewers natin. Thank you so much for being with being here with us today. Ayan, for sure, Blessel, mahal ka din nila dahil sinabi mo na love mo sila. And then, ayun. So, Blessel, let's keep this energy and atmosphere going and mag-icebreaker na muna tayo.
Let's go! Gusto ko yung icebreaker natin dyan. Pero Ate Joanna, ano ba yung icebreaker natin for today?
For today, kailangan ng mga ka-HRD natin ng matatalas na mata at knowledge sa business field. Dahil ngayong araw, maglalaro tayo ng Guess That CEO.
Nako, ayun naman pala. At para sa ating instruction, may ipapakita kaming mga hidden CEO pictures and slowly aming i-unveil ang kanilang mga mukha. Kaya naman mga ka-HRD, you need to guess who is that CEO by either looking at their pictures or by listening to the clues that we will be dropping. Ayan, may clue po tayo ngayon.
Tama. Para di kayo masyado mahirapan sa pagsagot. And to send in your answers, do not forget to follow the format which is name and then answer. Again, follow the answer format which is your name dash your answer.
Alright, at mukhang nag-gets nyo na ba guys? Comment, gets ko na. Ayan, nababasa namin yan sa comment section ng ating Facebook Live. At gising-gising tayo ngayong tanghali.
Walang magsisiesta muna.
At balita ka, Ate Joanna, yung mga mananalo dito, nako, may nag-aabang na papremyo. Papremyo yan.
Siyempre, lagi talagang may papremyo. Pag ang PMSoc ang nagpapa-icebreaker, may premyo yan for sure.
Yes! At ayan, nakikita ko ng mga comment dito ni Maria Fatima Alvarez. Gets ko na! Sabi din ni Ate Sheila, gets ko na! Ayan, with exclamation point. At sa tingin ko, mukha namang gets na nila ang ating laro for today. Kaya naman, syempre, simulan na natin yan.
Okay, sige, let's proceed for our first CEO. He is a South African entrepreneur that launched a rocket that would send the first commercial vehicle to the International Space Station. He is also known for founding Tesla Motors and SpaceX. Guess that CEO.
Ayan, guess that CEO sa mga ka-HRD natin dyan. Sinisigurado kong napag-aralan natin yan sa isang subject mo yun. Ayun. Ayun.
Yes. So naman talaga, tingnan nga natin if may mga nagko-comment na ng sagot.
Ay, oo nga. Ang dami na nagko-comment. Sino kaya ang ating winner dyan? Sino kaya nakatama?
Parang niya, no? Ang bata niya for a CEO.
Yes. No? Looking fresh. Looking fresh.
Parang ikaw lang today, partner.
Ate. Guys, nakalanda ha. Hindi po yung host yung minamain dito. Ay, hindi, joke lang pa.
Mamaya po yung mga business na imamain. Yun ang imamain natin.
Yes.
I think may nakakuha na ng sagot, Blessed.
Yes, meron na.
Okay, so for our first question, for our first CEO, ang nakakuha is si Julia Nicole Belairo. I'm sorry if mali, pero ayan. Congratulations po sa inyo!
Congrats! At ang second winner natin ay si Ivan! Alright, anong Ivan ito? Pero kung ikaw man si Ivan, congratulations sa'yo dahil nanalo ka sa ating game! Yes!
Congrats! Ang daming papremyo ata ng PMSoc, dalawa-dalawa.
Grabe. Ang gagaling ng ating mga viewers dyan. At congratulations po ulit sa inyo. And now, for our second question, eto na. He founded e-commerce giant Amazon in 1994 out of his garage in Seattle. He also owns the Washington Post and Blue Origin, an aerospace company that is developing rockets for commercial use. Now, guess that CEO! Yan.
Parang si Mr. T na ata yan Charot.
Parang kilala ko to. Parang ito yung kapitbahay namin eh. Actually, ayan.
Kapitbahay kayong ganyan? Oh my God, baka siya yan.
Yes, siya yan.
Diyan na para nakatira sa inyo.
Ayan, sa ating mga Facebook viewer dyan, guess that CEO!
Yes, guess that CEO, guys. Let's go. Sabi ni Elaine is to pin face reveal. Siyempre, pag may nakakuha ng tamang sagot, dun lang kami magpe-face reveal, guys.
Yes! At ang mananalo, may libreng, mamaya, i-reveal ko kung ano may libre dito.
Yes. Oh my God, sabi ni Mafi, ni Fatima, si Vin Diesel daw yan. Nakakaloka.
Ayan! At sa tingin ko, Ate Joanna, meron na nakatama. May nakatama na, may tama na siya.
Okay, tamang-tama na. Ang bilis naman yan, my God. Sino ba yung nakatama na yan?
Ayan, mabilis ang kanyang internet. Ang kanyang sagot ay si Jeff Jeff Bezos. Ayan. At ang pangalan niya ay si Rod Mascardo. Alright. Congratulations po.
Ang bibilis naman. I think meron pang isa. Si Julia Belairo ulit. Nanalo.
Yes. Congratulations, Julia Belario. And dahil dyan, may libre kayong Bezos. Kay Jeff Bezos. Yay!
What a dream. Beso with Jeff Bezos.
Ayan, sana masaya pa tayo ngayong araw na ito. At sana masaya din ang ating Facebook Live viewer natin dyan.
Mukha namang masaya sila. Patuloy naman na tumataas ang ating viewers. And kaya naman, let's proceed to our next CEO. He is the CEO of Apple and serves on its board of directors. Prior to joining Apple, he was Vice President of Corporate Materials for Compaq and was responsible for procuring and managing all of Compaq's product inventory. Guess that, CEO.
Nako, sino kaya ito? Si Sir Chief po. Yes.
Pamukha nga ni Sir Chief. Parang pero maputi kasi yung hair niya. Siguro kung black, kamukhang kamukha.
Ayan, siguro matandang version ni Sir Chief, Ate Joanna.
Pero CEO siya, no?
Grabe.
Di ba piloto? Tama ba ako? Nakalimutan ko ngayon.
Sige. Ano yung hulaan ko? Hulaan ko, ate, magaling ito magluto. Yes, chef to eh. Eto na.
May mga restaurant ba siya?
Sigurado ako baka meron, ate. Pero eto na nga, may winner na tayo for today. Meron na nga ba? Meron na pagkauna.
Okay, I think ang nanalo, ang first winner natin is si, of course, our very consistent and suke, James Patricio. Congrats po.
Ayan, shoutout sa ating 72 viewers. At talaga namang, sige lang, tuloy-tuloy lang ang ating pag-guest dyan dahil meron tayong mga vouchers. Again, congratulations po sa nakatama. And next question po tayo.
Congrats.
Siyempre, di pa tayo natatapos dito.
Marami pa yan.
Yes, the President and Vice Chairman of one of the nation's oldest conglomerates, San Miguel, he also owns a substantial stake in Eagle Cement, which he took public in 2016. The company is increasing its capacity to 8.6 million metric tons. Now, guess that CEO! Yan! Let's go!
Sino kaya sa tingin mo yan? Very old siya from the
Ako,
picture.
Ate Joanna, sa palagay ko, ang guwapo niya. Ayan. O, diba?
Ganyan ba mga type mo, Blessel? Oh my God!
Ay, hindi, Ate Joanna. Ay, nagbibigay lang po ako ng clue. Parang, ang tanda niya. Ayan.
Pero mayaman. Charot.
Pero tag dito, siya? Successful businessman.
Very, very, very successful. Talaga naman. Kami nagko-comment. Grabe.
Ayan.
Tumataas yung viewers natin. We already have
Grabe.
76 viewers as of the moment. So,
Grabe.
shout out sa 76 viewers natin, guys.
Ayan. Sige,
Yan.
tambay lang kayo dito. Yes. At marami
May mga-
tayong matututunan.
May mga pa-premyo kami dito pag nahulaan nyo yung mga CEO na yan. And so, I think may nakakuha na ata ng tamang sagot.
Sino yan? Winner reveal.
Yes. I think siya ulit, si James Patricio. Grabe naman talaga.
Grabe.
Naghahakot talaga.
Ang bilis
Bilib
ng
na
internet
talaga ako.
connection nila. Kuya
Yes.
James, paki-comment sa comment section, anong wifi nyo? Ayan, sige. Congratulations. So, grabe. Ang bilis.
Ang bilis-bilis. Ang bilis mag-type. Ang bilis na ng internet connection. Wala nang makakatalo. Pero ayun, very appropriate yung internet na usapan because our next CEO is... Ay, joke lang pala. So, the only son of the late John Gokongwei Jr., who founded JG Summit, one of Philippines' largest conglomerates. He now serves as the chief executive of the company, which spans interest in airlines, telecom, banking, food, power, and property. Yes, that's CEO. Yan. Kulambar, parang medyo mukha siyang bata.
Yes, at ano siya, chinito. Ayan, kanina pa na Ate Joanna, may isa pa tayong nanalo from your previous question. At siya ay si Robert Jules. Ayan, congratulations din po sa inyo.
Okay, sige. Congrats naman Robert Jules and James Patricio. And now for our next CEO, send in your answers. Don't forget to follow our format, guys, para i-consider namin yung sagot nyo. Okay? Yan, send in your answers lang. Send in your answer. Sir Chief, ako to, si Maya, sabi ni Fatima. Hindi ikaw si Maya. Alam namin yan, hindi ikaw si Maya.
Ako ang totoong Maya. Nasa harapan ninyo. Joke lang, ayan. Sige.
So, sobrang fresh mo naman ngayon, partner. I think mapagkakamalan ka naman talagang si Jody Santa Maria.
Grabe. You are my first. Ay, joke lang, ayan. Ano? Joke lang. Ayun. So, meron na ba tayong nakatama dyan?
Meron na. I think so. For our winner for the CEO, we have Jessie Alarcon Aviñante and of course, si James Patricio ulit. Ano po ba? Grabe talaga. Panalo.
Congrats din kay Kuya JB Aviñante na nasa kabilang lapalap ng mundo. Nasaan kaya siya ngayon? Pero ayun, grabe. Wi-Fi reveal naman dyan.
Yes, congrats sa inyo guys. Congrats.
Pero syempre, Ate Joanna, hindi pa tayo nagtatapos dyan. Meron pa tayong question. Madami pa. Hindi, may question pa tayo para sa ating mga viewers dyan. Kaya naman sa mga hindi pa nananalo dyan, sali lang tayo ng sali, guest lang tayo ng guest dahil meron po tayong voucher. Ayan. So, this next question, a Filipino businessman, he was named chairman of Philippine Long Distance Telephone Company, PLDT, a CEO of 3 companies namely Meralco, Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, and Felix Mining Corporation. Guess that CEO! Ayan.
Yan, ang saya-saya naman yan sa picture. Masaya siguro siya kasi marami siyang pera.
Sana all.
Pang-add to cart lang po, sir.
Sana kasi magpapasko na ngayon no? Pero, ayan. Shout out pala dahil tayo po as of now ay nasa, kanina 82 viewers. Ayan.
78 ngayon.
Oo. Pero
kayo umalis?
Sana bumalik kayo guys kasi
babalik yan. Babalik yan for sure. So guys, send in your answers na follow the format para ma-consider namin yung sagot nyo. And para syempre manalo din kayo ng mga vouchers namin. Pinaghihirapan to. Kunin ng PMSoc yung mga vouchers na to.
At madami yan. Kaya naman, lang tayo, guess that CEO lang tayo. Meron na ba tayong dyan? Tumama? Ayan. Sino kaya ang ating winners for this round?
Okay, sino kaya? Send in your answers lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang kayo mag-send in ng answers, guys.
Kung di nyo naman mahulaan, sige lang, stay lang kayo dyan, guys. Tingin lang kayo sa akin dito. Joke lang. Ayan, talagang madaming kaabang-abang na matutunan tayo later.
True, very, very true naman talaga.
Ayan, mukhang may winner na tayo. Ayan, let's go, let's check. Ayan, for our first winner. Siya ay si Mohinder Zuresh. Paano basahin yon? Ayan. At ang kanyang sagot ay Manny Pangilinan. Ang galing naman. At ulit nanalo Si Robert Jules. Yagore, grabe. Grabe guys, congratulations. Ang gagaling ninyo at ang bibilis ninyo. Ayan. Ayan. So, comment lang. O kaya naman, tag dito. While I'm waiting. Ayan. Sige, shout out muna tayo, guys. Comment lang kayo dyan. Shout out sa ating 70 viewers dyan. Sana masarap ang ulam nyo. No, ulam reveal muna tayo dyan. Ayan.
Yan, sorry, Blessed. Meron kasing mishap na nangyayari, nakakaloka dito sa bahay. Pero ayun, anyway, asa na tayo?
Yes. Nandito na tayo sa next question. I think last question na ito for today.
Okay, so for our last CEO, he is a Filipino businessman, diplomat, and sports person, the president and CEO of PJ Luwilier Group of Companies, which operates and manages Cebuana Luwilier Pawn Shop. Guess that CEO.
Ayan. Let's go! Guess na tayo. At before that, shout out muna tayo. Shout out HRD Night 11. Yes! Na nakaantabay talaga ngayon, no? Shout out sa inyo. At shout out din. Shout out sa
hanggang mamaya. Andito pa yun.
Yes. Shout out sa mga magulang ko dyan. Sana masaya din kayo. Joke. Ano ba yan?
Bakit pa ako ang sama ng loob nung pagkasabi mo?
Nananawagan po ako sa ating mga viewers dyan. Ang gaganda, gwapo naman talaga ninyo. No? Shout out sa inyo guys. Sana masaya tayo. Yes.
Kasing ganda kayo ng host natin na si Blessel Isuma.
At syempre, ni Ate Joanna. Syempre.
Wala, syempre lang papalag sa off-shoulder ko ngayon.
Yes. Grabe. At I
Joke
think
lang.
meron na tayong winner for today, Ate Joanna.
I guess. Okay, so for our first winner, we have Carlos Lalog. Yan, congratulations po. And for our second winner, we have Lawrence Genido, I'm sorry. Pero ayun, congratulations po sa inyo.
Congratulations po sa inyo! Congrats! And that's it for our icebreaker for today. Congratulations sa ating mga winners. And our officers will be messaging you for your prize.
Yes, so keep your messengers open and check nyo yung mga message request nyo kasi iko-contactin kayo ng ating mga officers to give you your prizes. So, thank you so much again, guys, for actively participating in our icebreaker. We really appreciate it. And we hope magstay lang kayo dito sa event and continue to enjoy this event.
Yes.
At ngayon, mga ka-HRD, I promise that this event will be worth your time and day, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina. So to fulfill that promise, sisimulan na namin. We'll make your day fun, exciting, and filled with wisdom.
Yes naman, partner. Kaya dahil dyan, syempre, let me introduce to you our first speaker for today. Our first speaker for today is a graduate from the University of Santo Tomas. She has a long and credible experience as a service crew, marketing resource management, and accounting. Currently, she is an online distributor for multiple brands like V-Life Cosmetics, G21 Cosmetics, and Her Skin by vlogger Kat Melendez. With much energy sa ating mga viewers dyan, let us all welcome Miss Kathleen Cabu.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello din sa mga host natin kay Miss Blessel and kay Miss Joanna. So, ayun, thank you so much. So, simulan ko na din sa quote na every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. So, I decided to try this. So, kaka-start ko lang talaga. Hindi pa ako talaga super tagal dito sa pag-online selling, to be honest. Pero I would like to share na rin syempre kung paano ko nag-start and my experiences so far. So maybe some of you uma-attend just because this is a requirement. Pero I still believe that there are some people here that is genuinely interested with what I want to share and the other speakers as well. So there are several things that talagang pwede kong ma-share dito. Pero bis mag-focus ako sa tatlong bagay, which is how I started, and then how I market myself, and then my relationship with co-sellers and end users. Syempre, hindi lang relationship with the end users na customer natin. Kasi marami tayong sellers dito. So, I'm in a distributorship na setup. So, meron ako mga upline, meron din ako mga downline. So, dapat maging maayos din yung relationship natin with our co-sellers. So, without further ado, so let's start with how I started. So, ayan. So, maybe meron dito sa inyo nakakakilala sa kanya. So, vlogger siya. I don't know. Pero kung familiar kayo sa Kat, try. Ayan. So, siya si Miss Kat Melendez. So, makikita nyo doon sa screenshot below, nag-message ako sa isa sa mga students ng asawa ko before. Sabi ko sa kanya, ayan o, nakalagay pa December 30, 2020, which is hindi pa nga nag-go 1 year ago. Ayun. So, sabi ko sa kanya is, hi, nakita ko kasi kasali ka din sa Her Skin. Ask ko lang sana nga kung kailan and paano. Kasi nag-try na ako mag-message before din sa page nila Miss Kat and sa Her Skin kung paano ba maka-entry. So, nag-inquire ako, nag-send ako ng information and details, pero hindi kasi ako nabalikan. So, thankful ako na nakita ko na lang sa newsfeed ko na yun yung student ng husband ko is that naging distributor na siya ng Her Skin. So, after nun is pinasa niya sa akin kung sino ba yung naging distributor do sa area ko, kung sino ba pwede ko i-message, and then nag-inquire na ako sa kanya. Honestly, talaga, dapat is mag-reseller pa lang talaga ako noon, which is worth 2,500, 10 sets na. Then, yung husband ko lang talaga yung nag-push sa akin na itry ko na mag-distributor. So, tinanong namin kung ano ba yung next, which is yun nga yung city distributor. And that's less than 20K, mga 60 to 80 sets. So, risk talaga siya. Pero kasi, tiwala naman ako kasi napapanood ko siya. And then, I myself is a skincare enthusiast. So, sabi ko, sige, push ko na. So, ayun, hindi pa totally on hand sa akin yung products. Pero kasi pinopromote na. And the fact na vlogger siya, malaki din yung market. So, malaki din yung pwede nating bentahan, kausapin, and everything. So, kahit hindi ko pa on hand, nagulat ako na nagkaroon ako kaagad ng mga roughly 10 resellers agad. So, parang sabi ko, ay, grabe, ganito pala to. So, natuwa ako na ang saya pala ng ginagawa. Magpupush, syempre, dapat double effort lang din naman. Hindi lang iaasa dun sa CEO. Ikaw din, gagawa ka din ng effort mo na to push the products. Mag-post ka. Kasi, syempre, how would people know what you're selling if you don't share it, diba? So, ayun. From Her Skin, which is my first brand, natuwa naman ako kasi, ayan, nagkaroon ako ng multiple brands. Iba dyan, reseller ako. Iba, distributor. And then, yung husband ko, nag-start kasi muna ako bilang city distributor. And then, na curious siya kasi ang bilis din ng flow. Naubos ko kaagad. So, nag-entry na rin siya sa Beeline Skincare. So, naging distributor na rin yung husband ko dun sa province niya, which is sa may Davao. So, sa Davao City, thankful na rin ako kasi naging regional distributor siya. And when you're a regional distributor kasi sa Beeline Skincare, kailangan din na meron showroom. So, kinakabahan talaga ako noong una. Siyempre, ang laki ng gastos. Pero, ayun, thankfully, nagkaroon na kami ng shop dun sa Davao. So, kesa naman na puro sa Beeline lang, minake use na rin namin na yung other brands, unti-unti, dali na namin doon. So, nagkaroon na rin kami ng staff doon. So, nakakatuwa lang kasi we just, wala pang 1 year. Wala pang 1 year. Pero, ang bilis ng mga pangyayari and thankful ako kahit pandemic, di ba? Nag-boom naman talaga. Iba talaga yung online selling this time pa. Kasi syempre, nung nag-pandemic din, we cannot go out. So, people tend to, buy online. And then, syempre, yung iba, naku-curious sa mga bagay na mga nagte-trending, yung mga pakulo ng mga iba't ibang vlogger, mga, di ba, sa mga TikTok influencer. So, misengaging pa nga talaga ngayon yung mga skincare, mga food, ayan pa, nag-venture na rin kami sa food, which is yung MQ Kitchen Bagoong. I don't know if you're familiar with Silly Queen, pero ayun, sa TikTok, ang layo, di ba? From skincare, tas cosmetics, tas ngayon Bagoong. Una, reseller lang din talaga kami. So, you don't have to start big talaga na distributor, Kasi ako personally, like sa MQ Kitchen, I'm a reseller. So, I started as a reseller. Parang tinest ko muna yung waters if it's okay ba, ganon. And after ko mag-reseller dito sa Manila, yan nga here, is na ako. So, ako yung nag-i-in-charge talaga dito kasi sa NCR pag nagbebenta. So, yung husband ko naman, dahil ang ganda din ng product ng MQ Kitchen, nag-distributor na rin siya. Dinala niya na ulit din sa Davao. So, meron na rin kaming Bagoong doon. So, ayun. Doon talaga kami nag-start. Talagang venture, bit by bit. Ngayon, focus lang muna sa hair skin and naging okay. Imbis na gastusin namin sa ibang bagay, ang ginagawa talaga namin is pinapaikot namin yung pera namin. Tapos nag-e-entry kami sa other brands. Kasi ang dami pang magagandang mga brands na hindi pa tatry, hindi pa talaga nakikilala masyado ng tao, pero maganda sila. And if they tried it, talagang sure na papatok. So, ayun. So, next is how I market myself. So, dito kasi, syempre, ang daming seller. Sobrang dami talaga. So, from Luzon to Mindanao, may iba't iba. May mga distributor, may mga reseller. So, paano ba natin ipupush na, sa akin kayo bumili? 'Di ba? Ang hirap nun. So, marami kasing options yan. Meron ng cash on delivery, free shipping, freebies, order now, ship out tomorrow. Tapos meron din tayong different venues on how we can where we can market, which is the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Shopee. And sinama ko dyan yung TikTok kasi honestly, una talaga is Facebook lang ako, Shopee, Instagram. Pero na-notice ko talaga is that TikTok is like a new marketplace na Kasi parang when it's trending, kung baga Budol finds, di ba? Kung nanonood kayo minsan sa TikTok, bigla na lang kayo mag-browse and then sa FYP nyo, makikita nyo, ay, ang ganda ng product na to. Tinatry ni gantong influencer. Parang, ay, maku-curious ka. So, parang, if you promote it on TikTok din, nagiging na siya, mabenta pa nga siya actually na ngayon sa akin sa TikTok. I was surprised kasi new lang din naman talaga ako sa TikTok. So, next is that, yun nga, dito is, may nagtanong sa akin is that, required ba magbigay ng freebies din if you're a new seller? Actually, it's up to you. Kasi kailangan alam mo rin yung cost mo. Kasi for example, ako, city distributor to reseller, maliit lang talaga yung kitaan nun. Kasi misfocus ang kitaan is reseller to the end user. So, ikaw, tignan mo muna yung cost mo. Can you provide the freebies? Kung hindi mo naman kaya i-provide yun, you can market yourself in a different way. I can deliver it to you faster. Sabihin mo ganun. O di kaya, I have cash on delivery. Baka sila walang cash on delivery, di ba? O di kaya kung kaya mo naman i-free shipping, may free shipping ako. Wala akong freebies, pero may free shipping po ako. So, depende yon kung ano yung kaya mo i-provide. It's not necessarily na, ay, nagpapa-freebies si gantong seller, so kailangan ko din magpa-freebies. Ako personally, ang market ko, pagma-market ko, is that I ship the items fast. And then I show them the proof, tingnan yung mga reviews and ratings ko na, tingnan mo kahit taga dito pa ako sa Mindanao, ang bilis na matanggap, di ba, ng product. So, ganun ko minamarket yung sarili ko. O di kaya, sa free shipping, ina-assist ko na lang yung customers ko, you can use the Shopee vouchers kasi it's a double digit ngayon, di ba? So, may mga free shipping vouchers. So, kailangan, hindi porket ginagawa din ng isang seller yung pa-freebie, ganto, ganyan, is gagayahin mo din. Kasi, baka sa kanya, it's beneficial, kumikita pa rin siya doon. Pero kung sa'yo naman, hindi mo kailangan gayahin. You can market yourself in a different way. Like, for example, then yung cash and delivery. Not all sellers naman din nagka-cash and delivery. O, diba? Tapos, meron din kasi akong reseller is, I know ang hirap kakompetensya ng ibang mga seller na nagsha-Shopee, tas siya hindi. Pero siya, mas nag-focus siya sa Facebook Marketplace. And okay din siya, talagang patuloy pa rin siya nagre-restock sa akin. So, hindi natin kailangan i-compare yung sarili natin sa other sellers na parang, I need na kailangan katulad ko siya na may freebie siya, may free shipping siya. You just have to find a way on how to market yourself. Kung saan ka ba mas papansinin din talaga. Is it for the cash on delivery? Yun yung i-push mo, yun yung i-market mo. Hindi natin kailangan mag-copy totally ng mga we cannot provide din naman. And another thing is that, lalo na if ako, for example, yung mga brand ko is like kay Miss Kat Melendez and Miss V. Curtis, di ba mga vloggers sila? So, malaking help na siya. So, sila, nagpo-promote sila kung sa TikTok, sa Facebook nila, nagle-live sila. Ako naman, I need to do my part din kasi may mga mag-i-inquire dyan. Hindi natin pwede kasi iasa lang sa mga CEO. We always need to do our part din. So, may mag-i-inquire, you should message them din. Huwag kang asa lang na, may ipapasa naman sa akin yung upline ko, ganun. You should market din yourself. You should comment din, hi ma'am, I can assist you, PM sent, diba? Tapos pag may mga inquiry din yung buyer, diba, safe ba to, ganyan. You should also be aware of the products. Importante yun. So, ayun, that's how I market myself. So, next is that relationship with co-sellers and buyers. So, ayan. Napaka-importante nito para sa akin kasi, for example, doon na tayo sa buyer kasi yun yung pinaka-common eh. May mga magre-reklamo talaga pa rin na buyer. Lalo na sa skincare, alam naman natin, hiyangan yan. Pero pag hindi nahiyang yung buyer, di ba? Sa'yo magagalit, parang, hindi ko naman alam, di naman kita pinilit din talaga bilhin, di ba? So, paano ba yung gagawin? Mag-set ka ng boundary na parang, okay ma'am, sorry if ganyan po nangyari sa inyo, pero hindi na po kasi namin kaya yan. Kasi i-refund or whatsoever. Kasi in the first place pa lang, isabihin mo na you should do patch test. Ito po yung ingredients. This is not advisable for this age. Tapos parang, okay, stop na ma'am. Parang ito na po, sinabi ko na po yung ganito. Parang wag nyo din hayaan kayo tapakan din ng buyers. Kasi parang, di ba, sinasabi nila, customers are always right. Pero syempre, just do your part then as a seller and parang respetuhan na lang din. And you should also be a responsible seller then. You should always check your items first kasi minsan hindi natin maiiwasan dahil pasa-pasa yan from the manufacturing papunta sa CEO, ayan, kanya-kanyang distributor yan hanggang sa makarating sa akin, hanggang sa ibigay ko sa reseller or sa buyer. Hindi natin maiwasan din talaga kasi na merong magkaroon ng kunyari leak or di kaya yung nayupi. So, syempre, be a responsible seller. Then you should always check din the items before giving out to the buyer. Kasi, kunyari, na-check ko, minsan mislalala pa yan kung hindi mo i-check. Kasi sa courier, kahit anong bubble wrap and lagay mo ng carton, lagay mo ng fragile tapes, if hagis-hagis lang yung courier, wala minsan UUP pa rin talaga. And sa'yo mapapasa yung blame. So, para ma-minimize yun, you should always check each item and then you can, if you have free time pa, kasi ako minsan hindi ko na din ito nagagawa honestly, pero if may time ako, I send pictures then before I bubble wrap the item para, okay ma'am, kita niyo yan, di ba? Maayos ko yan binigay, kompleto yan, para hindi kayo maiipit. Kasi for protection nyo rin naman yun as a seller. Yon. So, next is sa co-sellers. So, syempre may uplines tayo and meron din tayong mga downlines. Sa ganito kasing online selling din kasi parang 24/7 anytime, di ba? Pwede kayo i-message ng, ma'am, pa-restock po, ganyan. Di kaya, ma'am, kailangan ganito, ganyan. So, for me, dapat set boundaries din. Kasi ako personally, may baby ako. So, I need to attend to my baby din, di ba? So, kunyari, sabihin ko, cut off ng line-up is hanggang 12 noon, mag-send na sila ng line-up. Pag hindi sila nakapag-send ng line-up by that time, is that medyo matatagalan bago ko makareply or mabigay yung item nila. Pero at least, I did my part din naman. Nagsiset lang din ako ng boundaries kasi hindi naman pwede umikot yung buhay nyo dito lang din sa pagbebenta. Because you have other things then to do. Hindi lang purely ito. And then next is relationship with co-sellers is that you should always be responsible din and respect. Kasi ganito yun. For example, ako, I chose to be a distributor. I should be responsible din na buhayin yung area na yon. Kasi pag reseller, di ba, end user lang. Pero kasi pag distributor ka, it's your job to promote the brand para mas makilala dun sa area nyo. And then, it's your job din na maghanap ng other distributors, mag-alok para buhay yung area, para mas makilala dun sa lugar nyo yung brand. It's your responsibility. Kasi hindi naman pwede pag may nag-inquire lang, di ba? Tsaka nyo i-cater. Dapat kayo din mag-effort maghanap. Kasi kung ikaw, wala kang time maghanap ng distributor, ng reseller, huwag kayong maging distributor, di ba? Kasi kawawa din naman yung brand. Kawawa din naman yung pwede sanang maghanap at buhayin yung area na yun, di ba? Tapos meron din naman na gusto lang din magbenta to end user. So, paano yung kailangan para mabuhay yung area, kailangan maghahanap ka din ng reseller. So, pag distributor ka, if you choose to be a distributor, you should do your responsibilities then as a distributor. Siyempre, the higher the position, the more na mas marami ka din na responsibility. Like, for example, meron din tayo dapat na tawag nito yung buffer ng stocks. Hindi naman pwede kung ano lang yung order ng reseller mo, yun lang din yung o-orderin mo. Siyempre, dapat laging may buffer ka. Kasi, paano kung ma-out of stock na dun sa main? Paano yung reseller mo pag kailangan niya ng stock? Sabihin mo ba, ay, ubus na kasi, sorry. Pero, kung nagpasobra ka, anytime na kailanganin nila, may mabibigay ka. So, isa pa yun sa responsibility ng distributor, yung mga uplines. Hindi ka dapat aasa lang sa line-up ng mga resellers mo. Dapat you should always have stock. And sa totoo lang naman, wag din dapat kasi matakot yung mga distributor and mga seller na may magkaroon ng stock na nakatambak lang dyan. Kasi for me, the more na meron ka makikita, ay may stock pa ako, the more na kailangan mo siya i-push. Kasi pag nabenta mo yan, magiging pera yan eh. 'Di ba? Hindi naman, huwag kang matakot magkaroon ng stock. Kasi minsan naman pag sila, ibang seller naman, walang stock, 'di ba? O ako, meron akong stock, sa akin ka na bumili. Anytime na meron naghahanap, ito, meron ako on hand. O, di ba? Babi na mabibigay ka kaagad. Yun din yung isang way din paano nyo yung market sarili nyo eh. If kayo responsible kayo na may mga stocks on hand kayo. E di anytime na may mag-inquire, I have on hand, ito, you can buy this. Ayun. And next is that I want to share this quote din na do it now and you'll thank yourself later. So, sobrang happy ako na nagkaroon ako ng decision to push this. Kasi if hindi ko din to natuloy, wala talaga lahat. Diba? Kasi dito sa pag-venture ko nga dun sa Her Skin nga simula, unang pa lang nila nun is yung Revitaglow nila, yung Rejuve set nila. Parang ang thankful ko kasi nag-boom na yung market doon. So, anytime na may mag-release din sila ng bagong mga product, distributor na ako, magkakaroon na rin ako. So, hindi ko na kailangan mag-entry pa ulit, yung ganon. Tapos, anytime na may bago sila, ikaw yung mauuna. Lalo na kung ikaw din yourself is, you like to try the products you're selling. Laking benefit din kasi you can explain it to them, di ba? So, ikaw, pag may parang trending na product, kunyari yung Secret Glow, tulad ni kay Her Skin, di ba? Hindi pa yun na-release, pero I got to try it na. Parang, ako kasi personally nga, di ba, skincare enthusiast. Kaya, happy ako na natatry ko kaagad yun, di ba? And if I want to try a certain product then, I got it at a lower cost na. Na-use ko siya at a lower cost kasi nga, distributor ako, seller ako. So, I don't just sell it sa market. Ginagamit ko din kasi siya, katulad ng, meron din, kinakain ko din talaga yung MQ Kitchen bagoong. Anytime na gusto ko din ng bagoong, meron din ako, I can consume it. So, ayun, yun yung maganda dito sa mga pag-online selling ko nga, is that I can consume it, I can sell it. So, either way, I think it's a win-win situation. And nakaka-earn pa ako, nalilibang pa ako. O, diba? So, ayun. Yan. Thank you. And if may any questions kayo, Sorry if very short lang. I just want to share kung paano ko nag-start and my experience din talaga sa online selling. Kasi kaka-start ko lang din talaga. So, ayan, if may any questions kayo, I'll be happy to answer them.
Ayan, thank you po Miss Kat. Talagang ang dami po daming natutunan po sa mga shinare niyo sa amin. Ayan, at kung meron po kayong question kay Miss Kat, feel free to do so po. Kung may mga kayo dyan, mga curious pa kayo na malaman.
Yes, true yan, Blessel. So ako rin, I learned a lot from Miss Kat, lalo na yung sinabi niya na huwag matakot mag-imbak ng stock para kasi makakita ka na kailangan ko to ibenta para ma-motivate ka na maibenta. So thank you for the tip, Miss Kat. And for our ka-HRDs naman, pwede na kayo mag-send ng inyong mga katanungan for Miss Kat. Babasahin namin yan para sa inyo.
True yan, partner. At I think may mga question na tayo, no?
Meron na ata kanina. Una.
Yes.
Go, partner. Basahin mo na yan.
Ayan, at ang unang question po ay kay Miss nga ba ito? Ayan, kay Juan Miguel Di Menante pala, hindi pala Miss. Ayan, hello po! May nagsabi sa akin na isang distributor din na kailangan mong magtiwala sa product. Kailangan i-familiarize mo kung ano yung binibenta mo. At ang kanyang question po, paano niyo po sinasagot yung mga mayroong hindi magandang feedback sa product na binibenta niyo po?
Okay.
Question.
So, ayan. Thank you so much sa question. So yes, tama siya doon na dapat talaga magtiwala ka sa product na binibenta mo. Kasi in the first place, if you don't trust the product itself, paano mo siya kaya i-market, di ba? So, kailangan din nga i-familiarize mo. Tama yon. So, yung question niya is kung mayroon hindi magandang feedback. So, there will always be unsatisfied buyers naman eh. But at the end of the day, kailangan syempre, as a seller, hindi mo ida-down yung binibenta mong product. Kasi ikaw yung seller eh. Ikaw dapat unang talaga magtiwala. Hindi mo ida-down din yung management. Kasi responsibility mo din naman sila. So, ang sinasagot ko doon, for example, kasi sa akin kasi, in my case, ang binibenta ko nga is skincare. If what worked for me may not work for you. What worked for you may not work for me. But I can give you good feedbacks ng mga nag-try. So, ito si ma'am. Ito yung experience niya. Ito naman din si ma'am. Ito experience niya. Tapos tanungin mo siya, ano po ba nangyari sa experience nyo? How can I help you? So, for example, nagka-butlig-butlig siya. Tapos tatanungin mo, nag-patch test po ba kayo? Ganon, nag-tinry nyo pa muna if baka mamaya may allergic reaction ba kayo dun sa product. Kasi, it's the end users din responsibility din naman, di ba? Kung hindi naman nag-work sa kanya, mas lumalala sa face niya, dapat i-stop niya naman. Nagsusorry ako, personally, sabi ko, sorry po if it did not work for you. Baka sa ibang products po kayo mismahiyang, baka may certain ingredient po na allergic po kayo, or yung mga ganon. So, kailangan laging magsusorry ka, pero hindi ka rin na magpapatapak din sa mga buyers, sa mga bad feedbacks nila.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Miss Kat.
Sorry.
Very true naman talaga yung sinabi ni Miss Kat na huwag magpapatapak. Kahit na sinasabi is customer always right. Siyempre, paano naman yung mga seller, di ba? So, ayun, meron pa tayong second question, Miss Kat. This is from Ana Grace Abadilla Vicentino. I'm sorry if mali yung pagka-pronounce ko ng name mo. Pero ang sabi niya is, Miss Kat, nakapag-try na po ba kayo to boost your FB page? Effective po ba? I mean, dumami po ba buyer nyo compared before, if ever?
Yes, dati nakapag-try ako. And sa reach, napansin ko naman, worth it siya kasi mas maraming nag-inquire. Though sa akin, hindi siya automatically na naging mabenta. Pero ang maganda is mas nakilala yung FB page mo. Mas lumami yung nag-like, nag-comment, and yung mga ganun, nag-view, yung nag-inquiries. Maganda siya to reach other people. Yun yung sa experience ko. But there are some people din naman na miss mapatok sila sa Facebook. Ako kasi pansin ko, miss ma-Shopee talaga ako eh. So gusto ko na lang din i-share na bukod sa Facebook is, tinry ko na rin i-boost once yung sa Shopee ko. And dun kasi, direct siya, di ba? Direct siya na selling platform. So, doon, mas napansin ko na aside sa mas maraming views, mas dumami yung clicks and add to carts talaga. Ayun.
Ayan, once again, thank you Miss Kat po sa pag-answer, no. Ang dami talaga natin natututunan ngayong araw na to. And talagang isa sa natutunan ko din, talagang i-enjoy din natin yung ginagawa natin, 'di ba? Maging din tayo, passionate din tayo sa mga business na ginagawa natin kasi ang hirap din naman talagang mag-go kapag hindi tayo masaya. Pero ayun, may next question pa po tayo from registration naman po ito, Miss Kat. Ito po ay from Maria Fatima Alvarez. She asked, what is the most challenging part in making or running a sustainable business po?
Ako is that yung buyers talaga, hindi natin kasi mapiplease and ang hirap. Like for example, recently, nag-try lang ako nito magbigay ng freebie ng lip tint sa isang product. Nagulat na lang ako sa rating niya is napakababa sa Shopee ko. And ang reason na nilagay niya is that the product daw works for her. Okay daw yung skin niya. Pero dahil daw sa freebie, ayaw niya. So parang ako, kasalanan ko pa pala. Nagbigay ako ng freebie. Dapat pala hindi na ako magbigay ng freebie. So nagre-respond lang ako in a nice way na, hi ma'am, I hope you can reconsider changing the rating po because okay naman po pala yung product sa inyo. Yung freebie po kasi is additional na lang po if ever gusto lang po ng buyer. Parang pa-thank yun po namin po yun sa inyo bilang pag-support sa shop namin. So talaga, kailangan patience talaga dito. Though minsan nakaka-stress naman talaga, tiyagaan, patience. Katulad ng pag may inquiry din, may mga buyer na ang dami talagang itatanong sa'yo pero biglang hindi naman bibili. Pero iniisip ko na lang na parang paano ba to? Parang trial mo na rin din yun na, sige, para next time pag may nagtanong sa akin, alam ko na isasagot. Parang practice mo na lang yung mga ganong buyer. At least, nasanay ka na. Sanayan lang and talagang patience talaga. Doon ako nahirapan talaga sa mga buyer. Lalo na, nung bago ako, hindi ako nasanay na, grabe, ang laki ng galit, di ba? Minsan, parang kasalanan mo pa kung may mangyari talaga sa konting UP lang. Parang, grabe ma'am, nasira ka agad yung box. Bakit naman ganyan? Diba? Parang di mo naman kasalanan. Pero kailangan, explain natin maayos, tas lawakan talaga natin yung patience natin sa buyer. Intindihin natin sila. Ayun.
Ayan, thank you Miss Kat. Grabe yung yung naging generous ka na sa pa-freebie. Pero, parang kasalanan ko. Grabe, lakas po makabeya. Pero, ayan, meron pa po tayo next question. Ate Joanna?
Yes. Next question natin, Miss Kat, is from Miss Corinne Tapit. Ano po ang tip nyo sa mga taong nagdadalawang isip pa na magsimula ng small business?
Yung tip ko, yung isa doon sa quote na nilagay ko kanina, which is, do it now na talaga, try it now. Kasi you'll think yourself later din eh. Kung interested ka talaga dito sa pagbibusiness, you have to risk din naman. Hindi mo naman kailangan mag-risk ng sobrang big na to be a distributor. Kasi nga katulad nga doon sa Bagoong, I started as a reseller. Kung gusto mo naman, pwede naman itry mo muna yung product. Minsan ginagawa ko yan. Tinatry ko muna bago ako mag-entry as a seller. Parang, okay, masarap pala talaga siya. O sige, tatry ko na ibenta. Pwede naman din if wala kayong puhunan, though hindi ko nga ito masyado ina-advise kasi mas gusto ko yung stocks on hand talaga, is may mga reseller ako na naghahanap muna talaga sila ng mga buyers nila. So pag meron na silang mga interested buyers, may mga naka-line up na sila, ito, bibili sa akin, si ganyan, tsaka pa lang sila mag-e-entry. So, huwag kayong matakot kasi nga, the more na meron nga talaga kayong on hand, mas mapupush nyo. Pero kung wala naman puhunan ka agad, you can always, alok-alok kayo sa mga friends nyo, actually nga, sa friends, may mga supportive friends pa rin, pero magugulat kayo, hindi nyo nga mga kilala yung mga bibili pa sa inyo, sa totoo lang. You just have to post talaga lang to share din sa social media na I'm selling this, I'm a seller na ganito, I have this, ayun.
Ayun, thank you so much po Miss Kat. At meron po tayo next question from Miss Ira Santiago. Hi Miss Kat, naka-experience na po ba kayo ng kumukuha ng product pictures without credits? mostly ginagawa po ito ng mga co-sellers. Ano po ang ginagawa niyo about this?
Okay, Yaan. Personally kasi, ang ginagawa ko talaga, kung may post man ako, na ako mismo yung nag-photo, nilalagyan ko na talaga sa gilid ng mga, kunyari, cat finds, ayan, may mga maliliit na talaga, para kahit anong gawin nila, talagang makikita na, unless na kung mag-effort talaga sila pa i-edit at alisin yun. And if ever naman, meron din akong kilalang seller na ganun yung nangyari sa kanya, you just have to, kasi respect nga, di ba, sa co-sellers, you just have to message din na parang, nagpaalam po ba kayo if ever gagamitin niyo po yan? Kasi if pumayag naman ba, di why not? Gusto mo lang naman magpaalam, di ba? Bilang respeto lang din na photo mo yon, di ba? Pero hindi naman nila kailangan totally grab lang and i-take credit. Mag-ano kayo, give credit kayo. This photo is not mine. Parang na maglagay kayo kay konting credit lang, di ba? Parang yun nga, bilang respeto. And if ever may nangyari yun sa inyo, you can always reach out to them in a nice way. Yun, mag-reach out kayo in a nice way na nagpaalam po ba kayo? Can you give credit to me? Dun sa photo, ganyan.
Ayun.
Yes naman,
Thank you so much.
Very good idea, Miss Kat. Very good tip. So, ayun po, pasensya na po, medyo marami pong question, medyo maraming gusto malaman yung mga participants natin ngayon dahil maganda naman talaga yung topic na diniscuss mo. And for our last question na po to, Miss. So, ang sabi ni Janela de la Peña, Artizuela, how do you handle demanding customers po? For example, kaka-order pa lang, gusto na po agad ma-receive yung product kahit na marami pang process ang kailangan gawin ng seller bago po nila ma-receive yung product.
Ayan, marami din ako na-experience na ganyan. Pero kasi ako ginagawa ko market kasi is order now, ship out tomorrow. So, kung nyari, nag-order sila, makikita naman yun sa Shopee kung kailan sila nag-order. Makikita din naman nila doon kung kailan ko ship out. Sasabihin ko, ma'am, as you can see here din sa screenshot na pinoprovide dito, makikita mo rin yan sa inyo, ma'am. Nag-order po kayo ng gantong date. Ship out po namin to ng gantong date. Hindi po namin control kasi yung courier. Sabihin natin, hindi natin po control yung courier. Ang control lang po namin is the fast ship out po. And I ship it out fast po. Pasensya na po, ma'am, if nagmamadali po kayo and natatagalan kayo. But we can always do a follow-up po. Sa inyo naman po, ma'am, makikita nyo din po yung tracking number. Pwede naman po kayong humingi ng tulong sa customer service ng mismong courier or kahit sa Shopee po. Gaganon na lang ako. O meron din isang time kasi dalawa na yung kay Shopee. May economy delivery na sila, di ba? Meron isa nag-message sa akin, bakit daw ganun? Ang tagal-tagal. Sabi ko, ma'am, upon checking po, ang pinili niyo po is economy delivery instead of standard. Sa economy po kasi, mas cheaper ang delivery fee, pero mas matagal po. Kaya pasensya na po, ma'am, pero shinip out naman po namin agad. Yun, magpakita lang din kayo na ginawa nyo naman yung part nyo and explain nyo na lang din na hindi nyo control yung courier or di kayo yung mode of yung courier na pinili nila is talagang mas matagal. Yun, talagang kailangan na in a nice way ma-explain talaga and patience talaga lang talaga sa mga ganyang buyers.
Ayun, talagang susubukin po yung patience natin, no? Yung mga seller dyan. Talagang maging nice lang yung response natin. At lalo na kung alam naman natin na we did our best. Again, thank you very much, Miss Kat, for satisfying our curiosities. And we really did learn a lot from you. Kahit sa Q&A portion, grabe punong-puno po kami ngayong araw na ito.
Thank you so much kay Miss Blessel din, kay Miss Joanna, pati na rin nga pala kay Miss Arlon Joy. Siya yung nag-invite sa akin. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes po, noted po yan. I'm sure maririnig po yan. Andito naman po sila sa Zoom. So, thank you din po. We really appreciate you being here. So, ayan, to further show our appreciation for the knowledge that you shared, let us present this certificate to you. Certificate of Appreciation is hereby given to Kathleen Nicole Cabug for sharing her valuable knowledge and expertise during Add to Cart, The Wonders of Trading, held at the People Management Society's Facebook page. Given this 24th of November 2021, signed by Sheila Luis P. Serrano, Executive Director of PMSoc, Mr. Epitacio B. Mendiola Jr., Advisor of PMSoc, Ms. Angela Grace Soriano, Co-Project Head of Add to Cart, Ms. Arlon Joyce Hernandez, Project Head of Add to Cart, and Ms. Arnie Bula, Co-Project Head of Add to Cart.
Ayan. And ma'am, before we let you go, Miss Kat, we ask for a picture with you. To everyone po na nasa Zoom meeting, please open your cam para sa ating photo op with Miss Kat. Ayan. Tech team on my cue po. Ayan. Patingin naman ng mga fresh at magagandang faces dyan ngayong tanghali. Ayan, all set na ba tayo? Naka-on cam na ba ang lahat? Ayan, sige.
Tanyo na yan. Patingin ng setup. Charot.
Patingin na mga magaganda at madaming natutunan dyan. Yes naman. Eto na, sige na. Bibilang na ako. In 3, 2, 1. Smile. Ayan. Isa pa po tayo. For walkie naman. Walkie naman tayo dyan. In 3, 2, 1. Smile. Ayan. Muli maraming salamat po sa inyo at maraming salamat din po, Miss Kat. Talagang ang dami naming natutunan ngayon. Na-inspire po kami mag-business. Yes! Yes, comment naman sa mga dyan, na-inspire mag-business sa ating comment section.
Parang gusto na bumili bigla ng kay Miss Kat ng mga products no?
Yes, mga pang-pa-fresh dyan.
Yes, true. So, again, thank you once again, Miss Kat, for your very, very insightful talk.
And let's keep ourselves excited para sa ating add to cart, the wonders of trading.
Yes, so please stay tuned mga ka-HRD and we will be back after this short video. Nakakagulat talaga, partner, yung sigaw na yan sa video na yan. Magigising ka Pero yon, welcome back sa iyo and sa ating mga ka-HRD. Nakita mo ba yung commercial? I'm sure you did. Ang daming nagbigay ng entry nila na businesses, no? Kaya naman mga ka-HRD, if you are looking for a sign para magpabudol, ito na yon.
Tama ka dyan, Ate Joyce. Tamang-tama. Sa amin kayo magpabudol, guys. Pero syempre, mamaya na tayo sa mga online shopping finds natin dyan dahil mas maganda tong event natin ngayon na add to cart. And for that, let me introduce to you our second speaker for today. Our next speaker is currently a third-year college student taking up Bachelor of Science in Public Health at the University of the Philippines, Manila. She is also an experienced Canva creator at Canva and a freelance graphic editor at Pic Collage. Aside from these, she's a young entrepreneur that owns PMSoc PH with much power. Let us welcome Miss Veronica Vitug, and let's give her a round of virtual applause.
So, hi guys. Thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you so much for having me here as well. I'll wait for the presentation to be shared lang. Pero, am I audible naman?
Very audible, loud and clear po, Miss.
Thank you. Wait lang. Wait lang, I'm just... Okay, so to start, hi everyone, I'm Nika, owner of PMSoc PH, a small online shop that sells unofficial fandom merch designed by a local artist such as myself. Today, I'll be talking about ways to keep your small business afloat and why it's okay for it to sink from time to time. So next slide, please. So before we start, I want to ask you guys, what are your favorite fandoms? BTS, Friends, anime? Let me know in the comment section. So, dito tayo sa Zoom because I can see yung BTS, yes. Isa James Corden sila right now. And Hypen. So, we have a lot of K-pop enthusiasts here. TXT. Oh, puro K-pop talaga. Very consistent. So, okay. Actually, ginawa ko lang yan for market research. The joke lang. Okay. So, nice. At least now we're aware of how pop culture unites our generation, right? Next slide, please. So let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Nika. I'm the owner and designer behind PMSoc PH, a small business I started when I was 19 years old. I'm also a college student studying public health for pre-med, and this is a photo of me holding the Shopee orders I just finished packing during the tutu sale. So I think most of you are students as well. So let us be a sign that, yes, it is possible to start a business at a young age. I remember having so much reasons that held me back from starting PMSoc. Like, number 1, shy ako kumusap ng suppliers and customers. Number 2, ayoko mag-risk ng money, baka walang bumili. And number 3, as a STEM student, I don't know the first thing about running a business, but 2 years later, here I am giving a talk about one. So next slide, please. So, enough about my experiences. Let's talk about my shop. Brief introduction about PMSoc lang. We sell quirky and quality unofficial merchandise to satisfy your fandom needs. So that's why I asked you guys for your favorite fandoms earlier. Some of our products include notepads, tote bags, and sticker packs. We also have currently more than 1,000 followers on our social media pages. Of course, I won't only give you the stats of what was actually almost 2 years worth of hard work to build a growing PMSoc. I'll be real with you guys. Nag-trial and error ako with several marketing strategies to reach my potential customers. And up to this day, I can say na I haven't fully fulfilled my fullest potential yet. So there's always room for growth. Next slide, please. This year, PMSoc was featured in several online articles from Preview and Spot.ph, which is such a huge achievement. To be honest, I started PMSoc with no expectations in mind. Of course, I was consistently putting effort to grow the business. Pero the moment I saw these articles, I had to refresh the page just to make sure it was really my shop. But of course, let's be real, I sent several emails to these companies before. And I remember one company, which I won't disclose na lang, charging around 50,000. So I totally gave up on the possibility of it happening in the future. But then again, the internet has a way of surprising us. So next slide, please. Okay, so let's get straight to the purpose of my talk. Now that you started your small business, what's next? Let me share with you 8 ways on how you can maintain a sustainable business. Next slide, please. First is to align your passions and advocacies with the nature of your business. So, one of the lessons I also learned as I'm figuring out the works of running a small business is that Other than financial compensation, you will need a deeper reason to keep your drive as a small business owner. As I mentioned before, it is important that the owner itself believes in the nature of the business. In my case, I saw that fandom merch are not essentially accessible in the country, and if they were, parang marami ka ng kaparehas or nawawala yung sense ng pagiging personalized niya. So as a graphic designer, I saw an opportunity, and I believe it's for a good cause naman because it makes people happy to be able to express their support for their pop culture preferences. I also know that my products are good conversation starters in cafes, and I can attest that it's worth their money as well. So next slide, please. Through FanShack, I was also able to fulfill my personal advocacy. For example, I want to be able to contribute to the environment. So as a solution to lessen plastic waste, I sold eco-friendly, reusable, but fashionable tote bags. The photos presented on screen were also my personal initiative to raise funds for the victims of Typhoon Ulysses. So as a small business owner, you're also somehow a catalyst for change, especially if you have good advocacy you aim to uphold. I believe that this is one of the factors that kept me going because trust me, I had my doubts na rin. But I always look back to my intentions or greater purpose and I end up acknowledging na I'm just tired, doubts will go away and I just need to rest. I also believe na this practice will save you from burnouts in the future because you know you're working towards a greater purpose. Side note na rin na your advocacies aren't solely limited to large-scale advocacies that will like end world hunger or stop climate change. Because of course, as students, it can be personal like to lessen the expenses for my parents or to have a side hustle that will give me a sense of fulfillment at the end of the day. Any reason is valid as long as it makes you happy and it keeps you driven. So next slide, please. So second tip is to allow yourself to make mistakes that you can learn from. As the saying goes, prioritize growth over perfection. Starting a small business is a very frustrating process, and there are times we unmindfully compare ourselves from others. As a STEM student with no background on business-related matters whatsoever, I've had my fair share of mistakes. I remember my frustration from fixing the Excel file that records all my transactions, looking for a supplier, and the like. But in hindsight, I believe that experience is the best way to learn business, and failure is an inevitable part of the process. So allowing yourself to make mistakes is a way of going easy on yourself then. And I believe that it will significantly prevent burnout in the long run. If you're so meticulous kasi, and you keep blaming yourself for every single thing that went wrong, you'll just end up being frustrated over reversible mistakes that will serve as a learning experience naman in the future. So next slide, please. So speaking of going easy on yourself to prevent burnout, my third tip is to celebrate small achievements. Starting a small business is a step-by-step process na you won't immediately succeed overnight. You can practice this tip by setting a goal revenue. Then once you achieve that, treat yourself with a Shopee purchase that's been on your wish list for so long na. Or it can be as simple as setting your shop on vacation mode after a holiday sale so you can take time to rest. For me, I'll always remember the first time I bought something the moment I ROI'd from my shop, which are these pair of AirPods. Also, it's always nice to see these purchases because you will associate that reward with the milestone you've achieved from your business. So whenever I see my AirPods, I remember the 2 months worth of pangangapa when I started my business until I finally earned enough to buy them, and that makes me happy. So celebrating small achievements is good to prevent burnout, which, trust me, is an inevitable part of running a business, and it will really keep your drive going. So next slide, please. Fourth tip is to establish a good relationship with your customers. Personally, Customer service is the thing I was least looking forward to when I thought of starting a business. I was particularly scared of Karens, like the aggressive people who complain. You can see in this slide different ways on how you can maintain a good relationship with your customers, like giving out freebies and thank you notes. This has a very minimal addition sa costing lang, but it will really set you apart from other businesses. Another one is asking for feedback to make them feel na you care about their satisfaction sa product. Like, the transaction doesn't end the moment they receive the package. Of course, setting a nice and accommodating tone, especially when they're asking questions. I think adding emojis to your messages will make them feel more comfortable since everything's online na. So, it's easy to overthink dull text. So, adding a heart, for example, will put them more at ease. I read somewhere na messages with customers should always end up with you asking a question to keep it two-way. So, I practice that and I think it's effective naman. If their complaint is in the right place, if it's in the right place, I personally believe na better nang maluwi ka if they ask for a refund kaysa bigyan ka ng bad review because that will repel potential customers in the future. And remember, a bad review is always there to stay. So next slide, please. So the screenshot on your screen is one example of how I handled one of my mistakes wherein mali yung design na na-ship ko to the customers. I took accountability for my mistake and I took the initiative to refund it immediately. From my experience, understanding naman customers when you admit your mistake, like one time, someone placed an order ulit because I accommodated their request na i-refund agad. Next slide, please. Yun. Sometimes, nakaka-small talk ko pa yung customers and they share na they want to give this as a gift to their friends and you hear stories na matagal na yung tote bag sa wishlist nila. They were just waiting for it to be restocked. It's these moments that give warmth to our hearts as small business owners talaga. Especially Christmas time. Some would even request to put a note sa package. And it's very fulfilling to see people express their love for their friends, their families, with something you created. Another way to keep that two-way relationship with your customers is to the next step I'll be sharing, which is, next slide please. Tip number 5 is to take both good and bad feedback seriously. There are two possible feedbacks lang naman. It's either good or bad, and sometimes it can be at the opposite back. With social media and platforms like Shopee where I sell, I will always appreciate the feedback feature because nothing is comparable to the joy you experience when reading a 5-star Shopee rating with a comment, excellent quality, very accommodating seller, and will order again, knowing it's intended for something you grew out of hard work. Of course, a few years back, I've had my fair share of bad reviews in terms of the sizing and quality of the tote bag. It's very frustrating na it's still there, and I can never get a 5/5 shop rating because of those. But in reality, those feedbacks are the reason why consistent now 5-star rating are recent transactions. So, wow. That's because I took those bad reviews critically as a sign for me to order bigger tote bags and change the materials used for them. So, I guess my advice then is to take negative feedback as constructive criticisms for your own improvement rather than a source of discouragement to continue your business. Remember na product quality is very subjective. What may be fine for you could be mediocre for someone else. And in a business, you're not here to satisfy yourself as an owner, diba? So next slide, please. The 6th tip is to record all transactions and inventory on an Excel file that works for you. Emphasize that works for you because you're the owner, so make sure your template is something you can comprehend. Through an Excel file, you'll be able to track your growth then. So what I did is may line graph ako na revenue per month so I can see which month I did well, and if pataas siya, it means I'm on the right track. Otherwise, baka sign yung pababang graph that I need to level up my marketing game. I think for me, I at least had 4 different Excel templates before I settled with the one I have right now. My personal tip as a non-AVM person, the simpler, the better. Kasi if masyado siyang complicated, nako-compromise yung accuracy ng records mo, which is something you don't want, diba? So next slide, please. So I'll be sharing the template that I developed myself, which personally works for me. The first sheet, you have the master list, kung saan broken down your revenue and expenses. Then sa sheet 2, yung monthly accounting ko, which is more specific, kasi per transaction sa supplier nakalista dito. Then yung total na lang magre-reflect sa master sheet. I don't know if any of that made sense, pero yes, that's how I do accounting for Fanshock. Next slide, please. So tip number 7 is don't sacrifice quality at all costs. It's very tempting to minimize your costs by using a cheaper alternative sometimes. Of course, lower costs would imply higher income, but it comes at a price because it would also put having potential returning customers at risk. As a small business, one of the hardest challenges is reaching your potential market because, of course, marketing is expensive. Although there's all these social media platforms where a single post could make you famous na, it's usually a hit or miss. So once you have customers you know are interested in your business na, you do what it takes to keep them coming back to you. And what if first purchase pa lang, hindi na sila satisfied? I highly doubt that they will purchase from your store again, nor would they probably recommend your business to their friends. So at all costs, give them the quality of what they pay for. The costing may go up, but you can always adjust your selling price to keep a fair compromise because your customers' dissatisfaction and disappointment will give you a lot of missed opportunities. So next slide, please. So this tip, I think, is exclusively for small students, small business owners out there. As a student, time management was something I needed to learn for the business to survive. Last Christmas was the peak of my business and sumabay siya sa maraming exams. As someone who practices self-care to pace myself during hell weeks, I used my time allotted to relax, to pack orders, which I personally enjoyed naman. My advice is to schedule a time frame allotted for business lang. So, hindi ka masyadong masistress. For example, 8 to 9 p.m. ka lang strictly sasagot ng messages, magpo-post sa Instagram, and magpo-pack ng orders. It's mentally consuming kasi if you keep thinking about it the whole day pa. Next slide, please. So, I guess those are 8 things that you can do to keep your small business afloat. I honestly have a lot more to share, but for the purpose of keeping it concise, I will summarize the talk with three primary learnings I want you guys to keep in mind. So first is to practice open communication. If a customer asks for a refund and nasa right place naman sila, take accountability for your mistake and explain to the customer the process of receiving his or her refund. If a supplier fails to meet your expectations, negotiate for a discounted price where you can meet halfway. If you're working on a partnership, always see to it na may separation ang personal and business relationship niyo ng partner niyo. Also, learn constructive criticism if you're working with other people for your business. Don't take everything personally, because at the end of the day, you all just want your business to succeed. So confrontation play a huge role in preventing past mistakes from happening again. I'm a firm believer na everything can be fixed with proper communication. So, as a small business owner, your maturity will be challenged because you can't take every bad feedback sensitively. And if you have something to express, you don't have a choice but to confront kasi there's money on the line. And then number 2 is go easy on yourself as a small business owner. Like I said, here's a tip on how to keep your business afloat, but also why the occasional things were necessary. My personal struggle talaga, if you can tell, is burnout. And one thing that triggers that is micromanaging every single mistake in handling your business. It's really important to move on from those mistakes and learn from it na lang. The third one is to stay organized. I don't think I was able to talk about this during my previous slides. As a small business owner, your skills on graphic designing, accounting, and even TikTok creation will be challenged. Your files will then take a lot of memory space. So this is where the utilization of applications like Google Drive, Google Sheets, and Canva come to play. I find it very overwhelming if I can't locate a file I'm looking for. Kaya what I personally practice is a file naming system in my Google Drive to make them easily searchable. It can be very frustrating to dump all the files in one area lang. So I highly recommend organizing your files. It will take a few hours of your time, but your future self will thank you for it. Also, in terms of recording transactions and inventory, having an organized system is beneficial, so your accuracy won't be compromised. Lastly, same goes for making a list of all the suppliers, especially when canvassing. Make a table so you can compare them with different factors like pricing, quality, location, and the like. So, next slide, please. I think the next one pa. Okay, so I guess that's it for my talk. Next slide, please. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have further questions. And I want to know your future businesses so I can support them in the future. After all, we're all in for the hashtag support small business movement. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Veronica. Ayan.
Thank you very much, Miss Veronica, for your very fun and knowledgeable talk. I actually learned a lot from your talk, lalo na yung keep your, yung mga transactions, yung mga may sheets pa na pinakita si ma'am na very important talaga to keep track of everything so that, totoo nga naman, beneficial, madaling hanapin, di ba? Lalo na, nagbi-business ka eh.
Yes, I agree with that, Ate Joanna. Gusto ko yung nagkahiyaan tayo ng pagbati kay Miss Veronica. Pero ako din po, I just want to share din yung natutunan ko. Syempre, ang tumatak din sa akin yung sinabi ni Miss Veronica na allow yourself to make mistake. Kasi 'di ba, dadaanan talaga natin niya sa buhay na magkakamali tayo. And from that, let's take that as a lesson to improve ourselves and to grow more. Lalo na sa business, no? Talagang may trial and error talaga na mangyayari. Pero ang importante diyan, natututo tayo, 'di ba? At bumabangon ulit tayo. Yes.
Very true naman. May hugot na natutunan. Business lang, tapos biglang may hugot ka. Grabe.
Yes.
Parang nakinig talaga, Blessel, no?
Ito lang. Grabe. Ang dami ko natutunan from Miss Veronica. Parang talaga na-inspire na ako ngayong araw na ito na, sige na, Bless. Mag-business.
Ayun naman.
Kaya from Miss Kat to Miss Veronica, parang,
Grabe.
is it time? DSBA din naman tayo. Anong ginagawa natin?
Ayan. At sa comment section natin dyan, no? Baka nai-inspire na din kayo, diba, na mag-business. Sige, kung meron kayong mga katanungan dyan, i-comment nyo na yan sa ating comment section at agad-agad namin babasahin yan para masagot na ni Miss Veronica ang inyong mga curiosity. Alright?
Yes naman. So, kakasabi mo lang, Blessel, and I already found a question. So, Miss Veronica, for your first question po, this is from Miss Arlon Joyce Hernandez. At ang kanyang tanong ay, is it okay to give freebies when you are starting the business?
Can you please repeat the question?
Okay pa. Is it okay to give freebies when you are starting the business daw?
Okay. So, for freebies, this is something I learned kind of late na, which was sayang. But yes, I highly recommend giving out freebies along with a simple thank you note. You might think it will just like add to the cost, but think of it as a very minimal cost you have to pay to make your customers extra happy. It's very effective for franchise. I gave out a free sticker for every tote bag purchase. So those who aren't interested on buying a sticker at all learned na maganda pala yung quality ng sticker. So they end up buying that product too.
Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Kat, for answering.
Sorry, Miss Veronica. Thank you so much. Nalilito na kami. Sorry.
Eto na nga, gising na talaga ako. Sino si Miss Kat? Si Miss Veronica pala. Magpasensyahan niya na, guys. Ayan. Pero tama po kayo dyan. At meron pa po tayo second question. Alive na agad tayo ngayong tanghali. Ayan, from Miss Elaine Estupin. How do you manage your time as a student and as an owner? Grabe, ayun po yun.
Okay, wait lang. So this question is about time management, right?
Yes po.
Yes po.
So like I said, for student entrepreneurs, set a time lang na you'll do business. For example, every 8 to 9 p.m., naka-allot na for packing orders, posting for social media, and all business operations. When I was starting, I actually saw it as self-care because I enjoyed packing orders talaga. So I guess if you don't look at your business as if it's additional work, time management would come more naturally. We always hear that term work-life balance. And if you put your business as a part of the life aspect, I think it becomes more bearable. But of course, it's a case-to-case scenario pa rin.
Ayan,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much naman, Miss Veronica. Bless you, lagi tayo nagkakasabay.
Yes.
Meant to be. So, ayun. For our third question, we have Miss Angelica Diaz. Ang tanong naman niya, from your perspective, anong social media, oh my God, wait lang po. Anong social media platform po ang mas okay gamitin for business?
In terms of social media, I think the best is yung mix siya ng lahat. But of course, it still depends on your niche. In my case, ang tina-target ko youth, so I expect them to be on TikTok. Pero what if ang mga product mo, I don't know, ensaymada, do you expect pitas to be like on TikTok? So, i-assume mo yung mga foodies, they're more on Facebook or Instagram. So, maganda if meron lahat. But of course, you want to focus din talaga kung nasan yung mga audience mo. So, yeah.
Ayun. Thank you po for sharing your tips, Miss Veronica. And for our next question po from Jessie Boy Aviñante. Galing po ito sa registration form natin. Ang kanyang pong question ay, how to become good in the trading industry? Is there a secret po? Ayan. Grabe. Gusto malaman yung secret.
Trading industry. I don't think I'm the best person to answer this because I still can say with full conviction that I'm good with trading. But based on my experience in retail industry, it really takes a lot of research to find the perfect supplier that will satisfy your expectations. Of course, not only sa product quality, but yung madali kausap, and of course, nagbibigay ng reasonable price. Personally, it was a trial and error process for Fanshack. But some tips I could share are you can join Facebook groups like Print Pinas, and in my case for tote bags, Canvas Bag, Direct Supplier and Manufacturer, Facebook group, So from there, you can canvas from different suppliers and filter them out by location because you want to save as much as possible for shipping. Also, learn how to establish a good relationship with your suppliers. I personally never met any of mine because the pandemic. But I remember when I was featured on Spot.ph, I had so many orders for the Grey's Anatomy tote bags and so little stuff on hand. Sayang naman because a lot of people were interested. So I shared my achievement to my supplier na I got featured on an article and would it be possible to have a few totes made by the end of the week? And they were understanding enough naman. They even shared the article on their page, which I think was nice. So I tried to befriend them then because having a strong bond with your suppliers really come in handy. I hope that answered your question.
I think naman na-answer yung question, Miss Veronica. And so for our last question na po ito, promise. This is from Lawrence Genido. Ayan. Hello po, Miss Veronica. How do I determine whether I am capable of starting a business? Nanghihingi ng inspiration, Miss.
Actually, it's a hard process, sa totoo lang. I think it's something na you have to figure out along the way. Kasi, well, at least for me, wait, again, sorry naman. Well, sa previous talk ko, I shared na, when starting a business, just dive into it head first. Like, huwag mo masyado micromanage lahat ng mga details on how it will work. Kasi, nag-iiba pa siya pag once na nag-open ka na, like, operational ka na, nag-iiba pa siya. Pero kung sa planning process pa lang, yung gagawa ka ng logo, mag-isip ka ng name, tapos mag-isip ka ng product, dun pa lang, hirap ka na. Of course, kailangan mag-research before you actually open the shop. Pero yun nga, if hirap ka na dun sa part na yun pa lang, siguro, take it as a sign siguro na hindi ka pa ready. Pero if dun pa lang nakikita mo na parang very passionate ka na, and parang may spark talaga na na-fulfill ka from the planning process itself pa lang, I think take that as a good sign to actually start your business.
Ayan. Thank you so much again, Miss Veronica, for satisfying our curiosities. And we really did learn a lot from you po. Kahit sa question and answer portion, talagang ang dami natin natutunan ngayon, di ba? Di ba, Ate Joanna?
Information overload na ako, Blessel, and sobrang na-inspire na ako mag-start ng business. Parang, ano ba? Skincare or fandom business? Ano ba? Hindi ko na alam.
Both? Ay, grabe.
Wala akong pondo, Blessel. Oh my God. So, ayun. Thank you so much again, Miss Veronica, and to further show you our appreciation for the knowledge that you shared today for this event at Tukar, let us present this certificate to you. Certificate of Appreciation is hereby given to Veronica Bitug for sharing her valuable knowledge and expertise during Add to Cart, The Wonders of Trading, held at People Management Society's Facebook page, given this 24th of November 2021, signed by Sheila Luis P. Serrano, Executive Director of PMSoc, Mr. Epitacio B. Mendiola Jr., Advisor of PMSoc, Ms. Angela Grace Soriano, Co-Project Head of Add to Cart, Ms. Arlon Joyce Hernandez, Project Head of Add to Cart, and Ms. Arnie Marie Bula, Co-Project Head of Add to Cart.
And once again, ma'am,
Thank you, guys.
Yes. And ma'am, before we let you go po, may we ask for a picture with you, Miss Veronica, and to everyone na nasa Zoom meeting natin ulit. Patingin uli ng mga freshness faces dyan, ng mga madaming natutunan ngayong araw na ito. Ayan. Sige, picture tayo. Let's go. And tech team, on my cue, syempre, ayan, kung ready na kayo, i-ready nyo na ang inyong mga magagandang ngiti. Ibilang na po ako in 3, 2, 1, smile. Ayan, ang gaganda talaga. Next, wacky naman tayo. Yes. In 3, 2, 1, smile! Ayan, maraming salamat po muli sa pagiging participative nyo. Yes? Ayan.
All right. Thank you once again, Miss Veronica, for your very insightful talk and for giving us a chance to have a picture with you.
At partner, balita, hati pa lang tayo sa event. Ayan, kaya naman, let's keep ourselves excited para sa ating add to cart, The Wonders of Trading.
Please stay tuned mga ka-HRD and we will come back after this short video.
Next ang ating Café Meraki, Imus promotion. guys. Ayan, kung buhay na buhay pa kayo, comment lang kayo dyan, I'm alive. Ayan. And we hope you guys are still around and alive and kicking. Kasi naman, no, ang dami natin natutunan ngayong araw na to. Kaya naman, syempre, standby lang kayo dyan. At meron pa tayong isa pa na speaker na mamaya, no? Di ba, Ate Joanna?
Yes, hindi na yan mamaya, Blessel, dahil ngayon na.
Oo nga naman.
Eto na. So, alive and kicking like the kangaroo. Pero ayun, I'm confident naman na magigising talaga sila ng bongga for our next and last speaker for today. So, our next speaker for today is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management from the Georgie Ilagan College of Business and Tourism. She has experience in front desk management at the Irish Cottage Boutique Hotel from 2018 to 2019. Now, she is the owner of Canto Uno, the first cafe in Marihatag, Surigao del Sur. With much enthusiasm and grace, let us all welcome Miss Des Raiza or Bistondo.
Hello po, Miss Des.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes po.
Hello po, loud and clear. Wow, sabay tayo, Des.
Okay, let me share my screen. Is it possible? Okay, let's share screen. Hello, is everyone still up there?
Yes po.
Kumusta?
Kita na po namin.
Okay. Before anything else, magandang hapon sa lahat, and it is an honor for me to be part of this specific event and to be able to share my story. Just a heads up to everyone, I have a flu, so I might excuse myself from time to time during my talk. But don't worry, I am fully vaccinated. I'm not COVID positive, so that's the good thing about having a webinar like this. We can still talk, even if we're spread throughout the Philippines. So before anything else, I would like to ask if any one of you heard about Canto Uno, or have you seen us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok? I would like to know in the comments section. Also Instagram, yes, thank you so much. And TikTok, wow, thank you. So, but most of you probably didn't hear about us. But anyway, just a quick overview of myself and where I'm from. I'm Des, and as said earlier, I'm the owner of Canto Uno Café, the first ever cafe here in Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, which is my hometown. It is a small town here in Surigao del Sur. I know most of you are thinking about Siargao already when I said Surigao, but then Siargao is like 6 to 8 hours drive from Surigao del Sur. So Siargao is from Surigao del Norte. On the other hand, Marihatag, we have Britannia Islands, Enchanted River, and Tinoyan Falls. Now, Marihatag, what you can see in the photo, is close to beaches. We have nature products, agriculture, and beach resorts. Now, being a tourism graduate student, I always thought of opening a beach resort, which make more sense. Kasi I am a tourism graduate. But realistically speaking, I don't have enough budget to open up a resort at my young age. And here where the Canto Uno concept came in. Way back October 2019, when I just got back from a year-long internship in the US, I realized that it's about time to give back to my community. Now, with the little knowledge that I learned about cooking and making beverages while I was in the US, and being a foodie myself, and with a decent amount of money that I saved, I decided to open a small coffee shop just in the front yard of our house. So this is what our front yard looks like before. It's very spacious, so we usually gather here for birthdays and family events. And my mother is a plantita, by the way, so she is the mastermind of all the plants in our cafe. I didn't really had a solid plan before. It was more of like a trial and error. So I started posting social media to post teasers. That's what I'm good at because I really love taking pictures. I post photos of the construction until people in our place started to get curious. Like, what's this? It's new. Walang restaurant na ganito dito sa place natin. And during that time, I have a little, very, very little amount of followers on Instagram, Facebook, and on our website. So before I officially launched, I invited also a couple of friends and families to test the foods that and I took their criticism very seriously so that I could enhance the food and the quality of the food that I serve. Now, during that time, when we opened, we only have 5 employees, including myself. Every day is a learning process for me. I learned how to cook, how to experiment new dishes. I learned the cash flow. I learned proper inventory, human resource skills, teamwork, and most especially, social media marketing. As entrepreneurs, we all know that we are risk takers. All businesses started in someone's head, just like what I had before. But not all people are willing to take that risk. As time goes by, Kanto Uno's growth surprised me. From 5 employees, in less than a year, we were already 15 employees. And we expanded from 5 tables to 15 tables. With the help and guidance of my parents and family, because I am really new to the business world. And with our social media presence, we were able to be featured in GMA, and people from different places know about us because of our social media presence on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So people come from other cities, they come here in Marihatag just to taste our food. That's very overwhelming on our part because Marihatag is really small town and it's not known yet to other places. But I would say the pandemic was indeed a blessing in disguise for my business. But it wasn't just a magic. It was a lot of work, and having a holistic business thinking helped me a lot. Let's face it, having a business is quite overwhelming when you start, just like for me. It makes you different from the others because you're a business owner. And other people won't understand your struggles as a business owner. But one of the key issues individuals face as they move into higher levels of responsibility is recognizing the value and importance of holistic thinking. I would define holistic thinking as the ability to see the bigger picture and to understand and predict outcome of various component parts. I think a good analogy and example is a jigsaw puzzle explained by Paul Terry. A jigsaw puzzle can be very overwhelming kasi, di ba, ang daming puzzle that you have to arrange. But if you just have a huge jumbled pile of pieces and try to put them in together with no frame or reference or guidance, mahirap talaga. Paul Terry's daughter loved doing puzzles when she was young. And from watching her, Paul Terry learned a few principles that help the puzzle come together faster. First is keep the overall goal in front of you. Just like the jigsaw puzzle, di ba? On the packaging, it has the finished product of the jigsaw puzzle. So it will be your guide. Next is frame all the borders of the puzzles, yung sa sides, and then find the patterns by grouping similar puzzles pieces together, such as the color that you might interconnect them. Now, these principles also apply to holistic business thinking. First is know your objective. That's the main reason why when you start your business, you should have a clear goal. You should have a clear picture in front of you, just like the jigsaw puzzle, so that you know where you're going. Like what I said before, when I started, I wasn't sure where we're going because it was just like a trial and error. But I had the idea that of what I want to offer and to create a welcoming space to the community. But I wasn't sure of all the technicalities that comes after. I just have the idea of giving back to the community. That means the place of Kanto Uno should feel like home. And at the same time, I want to help the community. So our employees are from our place. The ingredients, acoustic bands are from local. Also, the products are homemade because if I want to help the community, I want also to help and build a healthy community. Now, holistic thinkers constantly remind themselves of their primary objective or what specific results they are driving towards, which helps them to focus, not to be distracted by every concern or issue. That means, as a holistic thinker, you should always and always go back to your brand. And that will make you authentic and will make you different among the others. As time goes by, Marihatag, where we are located, from the only cafe in town, after 2 years, we already have 4 other restaurants and cafe in the area. But that didn't change our brand. Other restaurants are air-conditioned, they have fine dining, but we stay true to our brand. And up until now, we are still one of the leading cafe in the area. By thinking holistically, bumps in the road are viewed also more as learning opportunities and minor setbacks rather than challenges. I can never deny the fact that the pandemic was again a blessing in disguise, as what I said, but it was a lot of thinking and strategy to survive. I took the pandemic as a challenge and a learning outcome. So during the pandemic, dining services was not available. So create a solution for the community because people can't go out, people are bored. So I created a solution for the community, which is have delivery services. And that was the first delivery services in our town, which even doubled our sales because people are a little bored that time. So we had delivery and people are thrilled to try our food because of our advertisements too. Number 2, you have to correctly frame the problem and challenge. As a business owner, you should always be ahead of the game. You have to foresee the upcoming problem or challenge and provide a solution. Now, all this business started because you see a loophole, right? And you find a solution. But starting a business is not the end of the whole thinking process. It is only the beginning. As holistic thinkers, you have the willingness and patience to step back and ask, what problem are we trying to solve? One example that I had earlier was the pandemic. When it started, I was shattered to pieces because the business just started and I have a lot of plans already. I took some time to think and then we had delivery services. A few months after, dine-in was back. So now we have delivery and dining services. A service, the delivery services that I didn't even plan to have, but it was realized because of the pandemic. But now, how can you be ahead of the game? First is do your research. Next is find an inspiration. It could be a person, just like for me, Sophia Amoroso, Gary Vaynerchuk, or find an establishment that's the same services that you have. Like for me, Jollibee, Starbucks. You know their story, know how they solve their problems. Let me stress this out. This is not copying. It is more of like having an inspiration. Next is you have to analyze the competitors and analyze their problems. Like, bakit humina ang sales ngayon? Kasi rainy season. So, isip tayo kung anong foods ang patok during rainy days. Or, like, bakit mahina ang sales? So, you do your research. Kaya pala mahina ang sales kasi tumaas ang COVID cases or nag-MGCQ. Ano bang gagawin to catch up kahit nasa bahay lang yung mga customers? So why not offer free deliveries or have discounts for delivery orders? Always and always foresee the upcoming problems and trends and even events. So ano bang trending ngayon sa Facebook? I remember when the birth month started on September 1, we posted a photo of Jose Marichan posting, he has a post in our cafe. So, nag-trending. People are talking about our business. Bakit si Jose Marichan nandun na sa Kanto Uno, sila hindi pa nakapunta? So, always and always, be everywhere as a business owner. Where your markets are, know what your your target markets are talking about. For example, this Christmas na next December na next month. So, what's your future plans? Do you have a discounted hours, or you have gift cards, gift ideas, and so on. Always provide a solution for your target market. And also advertise it to your target markets, because how can your target market know if you can't properly communicate to them? And also, don't forget to have fun and be creative. Kasi let's not stress our lives too much. Let's have fun in everything that we do. And lastly, learn to recognize the patterns, just like the jigsaw puzzle. This is where you put into practice your knowledge in statistics. Meron na bang senior students dito? Have you already have your thesis? The thesis? Because when you have your thesis, okay, that's good. So it's more of like this. Because when you do your thesis, you base your results in your data to prove if your theory is right or wrong, right? Or be able to understand the factors that work and that doesn't work. Just as similar color puzzle pieces, they interconnect in specific ways. So are people. So holistic thinkers have the ability to see the problems and the ability, the resulting patterns and the implications of those patterns on the overall objective. For example, if we want to improve or boost the business during slow hours or season, holistic thinkers should seek for patterns on the specific times. Ano bang buying behavior of your target markets during slow hours? So why not create a happy hour or discounted hours to create a happy or like something new to your target markets. Now, these three approaches can help ensure you're working on the right problem and staying focused on your primary goals. Staying on track is never an easy job, especially when you're a business owner. Everything is like ang daming problem. And in this ever-changing world, minsan MGCQ, and then the next day lockdown, next day hindi. That's why you have to know these three things. First is know your overall objective, correctly frame the problem and challenge, and learn to recognize the patterns. So don't be afraid of change, but remember your goals in the beginning. I know it might be cliche, kasi always natin to naririnig. Always go back to your roots, blah, blah, blah. But it's always and always going back to your roots. Because, again, if you stay to your brand, there might be innovation along the way. But if you stay to your brand, you know what kind of business are you. And that sets you apart among all the other businesses around the Philippines or even the world. So, don't be afraid of innovations, but always focus on your target from the beginning. So that's all. Thank you.
Yan naman talaga. Thank you very much, Miss Des, for your very insightful talk. Interestingly, my attention was caught with yung journey niya from yung internship niyo po sa ibang bansa, and then nag-decide kayo na mag-business, and then look where you are na po. Super successful business. Sino nga namang mag-aakala, di ba? Parang take a risk every time, kumbaga.
Yes, that's true. From a tourism student to being a cafe owner, who would have thought?
Yeah,
Yes.
po.
Grabe, I do agree with you, Ate Joanna. At ang akin naman, talagang pag nasa business ka talaga, you need to be resourceful and maging creative ka talaga sa mga bagay. Tsaka mag-focus ka talaga sa goal mo. Diba? Sabi nga ni Miss Des, focus ka lang sa goal mo. Kasi kahit ano pa at ano man ang mangyari, if we are focused in our goal, kahit ano mangyari, kaya nating bumalik on track eh. Kasi diba, katulad nga din na sabi niya kanina na sila yung first then sa place nila na nagkaroon ng during pandemic, nagkaroon ng delivery, 'di ba? Hindi na hinto ng pandemic yung goal mo na magkaroon ng business. Hindi na hinto ng pandemic yung heart mo na ituloy kung ano yung gusto mo. So sana magkaroon din tayo ng ganong mindset na talagang focus tayo sa goal at pipiliin nating bumangon every time na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga struggles. Kasi part yan ng business, di po ba, Miss Des?
Yes.
Yun talaga. Yun talaga essence ng business yung kagustuhan mo.
Yes.
Yun naman talaga. So,
Push na push.
yes, we will now proceed.
Yes.
Before we proceed po pala to our Q&A, we will do some shoutouts po muna sa ating
Yes.
mga participants na nandito sa Facebook Live. So, shoutout po sa ating 60 viewers na nasa
Wow.
Facebook Live. Thank you so
Grabe.
much for staying with us and listening to Miss Des talk na I'm sure madami kayo natutunan, guys.
Very. At talaga naman, ayan, gisingin muna natin ang ating mga Facebook Live viewers natin dyan. Kung meron kayong mga katanungan kay Miss Des, i-comment nyo na yan sa ating comment section. At syempre, shout out po kay Miss Sheila na birthday niya bukas. Ayan, sa ating ka-PMSoc na si Miss Sheila. Si Ate Sheila pala, Miss. Ayan. At shout out din sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon. Sana ay masaya kayo at masarap ang ulam nyo. Yes.
Yeah, may very persistent na nagpapa-shoutout dito, bless. Si Angela Soriano. Iba kasi yung pangalan niya sa Facebook. Kaya parang nakakalimutan ko. Pero shoutout sa inyo and shoutout din daw sa HRD Night 11. Sabi naman ni Ate Joyce P. Hernandez. Ayan. Sabi naman din ni Fatima, hello. Hello din sa iyo.
Hello din po sa inyo at kay Maria Virginia Munez. Ayan, heart orange, heart white. Ayan, mahal na mahal po namin kayo at maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay sa ating add to cart. Ayan, may question na ba tayo dyan?
Wait lang, bago pa tayo sa question. Sabi ni Angela, mamay niya daw si Miss Des. Ay.
Opo. Mine po, Miss Des. Dito, branch po sa Cavite. Dadayo po kami.
Ay,
Yes.
please po, kung possible. Para
Sana
ano
po.
itong pagkain? Yung pinakita niya, pictures
Sabi ko
ng
kanina,
Sabi ko,
narating tayo doon sa kanto uno. Tapos na-realize ko, ang layo pala.
Kaya,
Oo, malayo.
palala move mo, mas mahal pa airplane ticket mo.
Soon, punta ko
Pero
dyan.
sa
Punta
mga
ka po
nanonood
dyan.
natin dyan, na
Yes, please. Kahit sa metro, for sure, maraming may mapupunta, papatok yung business mo dito, for sure. Lalo na't meron na kayong established reputation din Ganun.
Ayan. So, may nagpapa-shoutout po dito si Kuya Jessie. Ayan, pinalo niyo na po yung IG niyo na Kanto Uno. Yes.
Oh, thank
Ayan,
you.
kung mga interested dyan, mga malapit kay Miss Des. Ayan, punta na kayo sa kanilang coffee
Yes.
shop. Yes.
Pa-follow ko
Yes,
din
at
yan.
baka mag-vacation kayo sa dito sa Surigao Tour.
Sana,
Oh.
Yes.
Surfing tayo dito.
Pag may
Yeah,
pera na, pag may pera na.
Okay, pero
Pag nagka-business. Yes. Ayan.
Yes naman talaga. So I think proceed na tayo sa question and answer natin, Bless.
Let's go. Let's proceed to our first question po. Ayan. Ate Joanna, may gusto ka ba itanong?
Sorry. And ito ata galing kay Jessie Alarcon Aviñante. Ang tanong po niya is, what can you advise to someone who is afraid of starting their own business? Any words of encouragement?
I would say, it's very broad question kasi, but then, don't be afraid. And then, kasi, what I want to impart to other people that wants to start business, that sana sinimulan ko din nung nag-start ako, is surround yourself with people that has the same goals as you. Like, have an inspiration. Kasi dati, when I started, I was all over the place talaga. I don't have any idea. I just have like the idea of, sige, mag-start ako ng business. And then, don't be afraid kasi there are a lot of certainties in this world. Diba? So, if you don't have that, if you don't take that first step, So, paano mo malalaman kung it's good or bad? Diba? So, believe in yourself also. Believe in yourself. Kasi, if you have a solid foundation, as what I've said earlier, if you have this idea, and if you don't plant it, there will be there will be another person that will get that idea too. Maybe not now, but sooner or later. Because kahit ako may kanto una ako, I have also another business idea. But I was afraid ako baka kasi I have kanto uno already. And then all of a sudden, may nag-open na gano'n na business. And I'm like, sayang ang idea ko. I thought if I don't tell it to other people won't have an idea also of that. But then just go for it. Don't be afraid of mistakes, because even if hindi yun mag-successful, if ever only, then you'll have learnings that you can use for the next adventures or business ideas that you have. So don't be afraid and surround yourself with entrepreneurs. You can just open YouTube. Follow Mr. Gary Vaynerchuk. He helped me a lot with entrepreneurship. Although he's not into cafe or food business, but his insights about business, it's really good. So don't be afraid again and again and take that risk. Kasi masasayang lang, and then all of a sudden, after how many years, you'll just say to yourself, sayang, I did not take that opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Des. At may nabasa ko sa comment po kanina, kung damit niyo na daw po si Moana, grabe. Medyo naman po, yung How Far I Go na kanta ni Moana, nakaka-motivate din naman sa mga business. Pero ayun, thank you po. Tsaka grabe yung sinabi ni Miss Des na talagang try and try. Diba? Yun try and try until you succeed. Tapos, yung meron pa yung sinabi ni Miss Des na maghanap ka ng inspirasyon. Diba? In
yes.
the business. Parang inspirasyon ko siya. Hindi, joke lang. Pero, ayan. Sige na, back to the question na. Ginigising ko lang kayo, guys. Natatawa kayo dyan. Ayan. Ang question po ay manggagaling kay Corinne Tapit. Ano po yung pinakamahirap na challenge na nakaharap mo po, Miss Des?
For me, ang pinakamahirap would be because we just started also our Kanto Uno on Wheels. Because we can go to places. So for me, ang pinakamahirap is maintaining your image, because it's so easy to be on top. I mean, it's so easy to climb that stairs going on top para maging trending ka, so that people will know about you, will talk about your business, and so on. But the hardest part is maintaining it. How can you maintain in this ever-changing world? So, how can you maintain na from time to time, tataas yung cases, hihina yung sales? How can you maintain if rainy seasons na naman? So, I would say maintaining your business is really hard, especially for us kasi 2 years na yung Kanto Uno. So, maintaining the standards and maintaining the connections with our customers, the food. From time to time, we have to bring new products, new food craze that people will talk about. So that would be, for me, the hardest part. Because yung mga pang-startups, I find it fun. I find it fun also to maintain, but then, ang hirap hanapin yung balance. Like, saan ba dapat kami mag-focus? Saan ba dito ba, ganito, ganyan? That would be.
Ayun. Ayan. Thank you so much, Miss Des. Ayan, talagang kanina pa dinidiin sa akin na focus. Yes. Ikaw, Ate Joanna, may tanong ba dyan?
Yes, merong tanong dito from Angela Soriano. Ang sabi niya, paano niyo po naisip yung menu ng cafe niyo po? Nag-conduct po ba kayo ng survey sa lugar niyo?
So, what worked for me, so when we started Kanto Uno, actually, kasi nga tourism student ako, the only food that we have are like fries, yung mga favorite food ko, lumpia, and then shakes. Yun lang, because that was the food and the drinks that I personally make for myself. Along the way, so the food that we serve in Kanto Uno are my favorite. I used to call it Des approved. Kasi from time to time, syempre yung parents ko and my family try to, and my friends asked me if, bakit hindi ka maglagay ng ganito sa menu mo? And then I'm like, I personally don't like it, so it's a no. Parang ganun. My business is my lifestyle too. So what we offer in my business, in Kanto Uno, is the food that I eat as well. So it should be healthy, it should be no too much preservatives. So the food that I eat personally, and that's why ang hirap mag-diet kasi lahat ng food sa Kanto Uno, favorite ko. So yun. I just have it out of the blue ma-realize, why not try this kind of dish? And then I advertise it to social media, post it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then people are just gonna have, may bago. So because people are always asking for what's new. So you have to be innovative from time to time. And also, stick to your brand still.
Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Des. At ang next question po natin. Ayan, meron ang dami nagtatanong. Grabe. Ayan, sa dami nyo, grabe na talaga ito. Ito na nga.
Stress.
Ayan, what's the feeling when you are able to expand your business po? Ano po yung pakiramdam? Sana all.
For me, it is really overwhelming. Kasi, honestly, I started Kanto Uno. Kasi nga, di ba, kakauwi ko lang sa US. And then, I just started it for me while I processed my papers going to other country. So, I didn't really have a plan for this, for Kanto Uno to be this big. So, I was really overwhelmed. And then, at the same time, kasi when we say we're expanding business, most of us were just gonna say, sana all, ang ganda. But no, I didn't realize all the challenges that comes after. Because having expansion means bigger responsibilities. That means you have to have time management properly. You have to delegate people. You have to see the bigger picture, not just in one town, but also you have to be to have a bigger scope. Kasi nga, expansion, you will be going to other places. So you have to have more idea other than just being in one establishment. But overall, it's overwhelming and it's very overwhelming for me. Kasi nga, I didn't even expect to be part of this talk. It's all the way in Luzon and we're here in Mindanao.
Yes, ayan. I think nadagdag din yung talagang sabi ni Miss Des na kapag mahal mo nga talaga yung ginagawa mo, minsan hindi mo na napapansin, 'di ba? Hindi mo na napapansin na grabe na pala din yung growth or yung mga improvements mo sa mga bagay na ginagawa mo. Kaya di rin siguro overwhelming talaga or overwhelming na ayan, meron na Kanto Uno tapos kilala na siya, 'di ba? Kasi ang tag dito, you're doing your best tapos ginagawa mo yung bagay na gusto mo, masaya ka, 'di ba? Parang hindi siya nakakapagod gawin. Ayan.
That's really true.
Ayan. At meron pa tayong question, ako. talaga namang
Yes.
ang dami nating question for today.
Meron pa ata tayong mga dalawa pa. Sorry lang po, Miss Des.
Yes, it's totally fine.
Okay. Thank you. So, ito po is, nung bagong bukas po yung business nyo, may na-receive po ba agad kayo na negative comments or feedbacks? Paano nyo po tinake yung comments na yun?
So, as what I've said before, when we started Kanto Uno, what I did, and even if may mga bagong products kami, pinapatry ko talaga muna sa friends ko or family. So that, kinukuha ko ang mga, like, food tasting muna. Hey, friends, taste this, if okay ba? So that's why I would say, with our food, during our startup, wala akong na-receive na comment. It's because way before we have new product or way before we started, nakatrial na ang iba't ibang tao. What I mean about iba't ibang tao is different ages. Because sa bata, pwede yung mango shake namin masarap. Pero para sa 20s to 30s, hindi kasi matamis na masyado. So something like that. Even if the smallest details, tinitake namin yun seriously with all the positive and negative comments from my friends and family. Which is very good because I would say it's good to have your closest family that is honest. Kasi what if magsasabi lang sila na masarap pero pala hindi. So, parang walang sense yung pag-trial and error ninyo. But along the way, we have one negative comment on social media. But then, one thing that I love about our customers is they don't post it directly to social media. They contact us directly. Because our customers, we have this goal as a Kanto Uno. We want our customers to feel like our friend and family too. So I think that's the reason why so far wala pa talagang nag-post sa social media like Facebook. They just PM us directly and then we respond to them. And then if about the food, then we'll just redo another one and then deliver it to them or have discount and vouchers for their next order.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Miss Des. At meron pa po from our Facebook Live. Ayan, Janela de la Peña, as well, Artizuela. How do your business cope up when the pandemic happened po? Ayan.
Yes, I said sa talk ko kanina, it was really challenging. Kasi nga, walang dine-in services. So what I did, nag-delivery option ako. And it was a good thing when I had delivery services. Bakit? Kasi I just posted it on Facebook. And then it so happened that I have friends. Share ko kasi sa timeline ko. We have people that are from Marihatag that is they grow up in Marihatag and then they are now in the US, Canada, and so on. So, there's one person that contacted us and said that he will be giving money and then we will just deliver it to the frontliners. So, malaking sales din sa amin yun. So, we posted it as a way of thinking also in our page. And then, it so happened, yung mga tao na nandun sa abroad, nakita nila. So, like, every day, we have orders, like, we'll just give you money. I-deliver nyo lang lahat sa frontliners. And then the next day, another one. It's a blessing in disguise. So, that's why, I would say, always and always, advertise your business. Because people ang daming idea na nakuha ng tao ngayon sa Facebook and sa social media. Kung hindi kami nag-post ng gano'n, ng delivery, hindi magkaka-idea yung tao na nasa abroad to just send money and then we'll just deliver it to the frontliners. That's how we survived during the pandemic. From time to time then, may MGCQ or GCQ So, kung may mga lockdown, and then we'll just post about delivery services. And then just follow the protocols.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Miss Des. And Ate Joanna.
Okay. So thank you very much, Miss Des, for answering our questions. We really did learn a lot for you.
And to show our appreciation for your time and effort, let us present this certificate to you, Miss Des. Certificate of appreciation is hereby given to Des Riza or Bistondo for sharing her valuable knowledge and expertise during Add to Cart, The Wonders of Trading, held at the People Management Society Facebook page, given this 24th of November 2021, signed by Sheila Luis P. Serrano, Executive Director of PMSoc, Mr. Epitacio B. Menjola Jr., Advisor of PMSoc, Ms. Angela Grace Soriano, Co-Project of Add to Cart, Ms. Arlon Joyce Hernandez, Project Head of Add to Cart, and Ms. Arnie Marie Bula, Co-Project Head of Add to Cart.
Yan. So, thank you ulit, Miss Des. So, before we let you go, may we ask to take a picture with you?
Yes.
Okay, sige. Thank you. So, to everyone na nasa Zoom, please open your cameras para sa ating photo op with Miss Des. Okay, tech team, bigyan mo na natin ng konting time magbukas ang ating mga magagandang tao na nasa Zoom. And on my cue, okay, let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Yan, okay. Isa pa. Waki naman. 1, 2, 3. Yan, thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Congratulations sa event.
Thank you.
So much po. Ayan, partner, all set na tayo, and thank you once again, Miss Des, for your wonderful talk. And before we proceed sa ating next segment, we want everyone to share their takeaways from our dear speakers today. Nako, balita ko, ang dami natin natutunan dyan. Kaya naman, let's go sa ating Menti. Ayan, nakikita niyo sa inyong screen, go to menti.com or just click the Menti link na nakapin sa inyong comment section. Yan. On participating on our menti.com, just insert your learnings from our 3 speakers today and with your name and answer. All right. At ang ating code for that ay 43545680. Ayan, flashing on your screen. 43545680. Or
Yes.
Menti.com.
Yes, as input nyo na lang yung code or you can just simply use our QR code na naka-flash din sa screens nyo ngayon. So let us know yung mga insights nyo and natutunan nyo throughout the webinar, throughout this event. We are really eager to know kung ano yung mga natutunan nyo aside from sa anong pino-comment nyo sa Facebook, diba? Yes.
At sa tatlong yun na punong-puno tayo ngayong araw na to. Ang dami natin natutunan, diba? Sa mga business na yan. At nakaka-inspired naman talaga.
Very true. Gawan ko lang kung hindi ka pa ma-inspire mag-business.
Yes. And commenting on our Facebook Live, use hashtag #AddToCartWithPMSoc. Yes.
Don't forget to use it pag may mga gusto kayong sabihin.
Mga gustong i-shoutout dyan. Dahil kami ay nagbabasa ng inyong mga shoutout at mga sinasabi.
Yan, Blessel. Meron na atang mga insights. Ang dami, ang hahaba My God. Okay, sige, basahin ko na yung una na insight na nakikita natin dito.
Go, Ted!
Okay, sige. Ang sabi nung una nating naglagay ng insight dito, sobrang dami kong tips na nakuha from Miss Kat about being our seller and how to be very neat with your transactions from Miss Veronica and taking risk naman for your dreams. from Miss Des. Talaga naman, na-summarize niya yung kanyang mga natutunan throughout this event.
Talagang nakikinig ang ating Facebook viewer dyan. Sabi naman dito, be wiser by taking risks. Totoo nga naman, no? Dapat alam mo yung mga bagay na sinusugalan mo. Yes!
Yes! Hugot. Yan. So, for our next insight, ang sabi is, ang dami. Subukan muna bago sumuko. Sugal muna.
And ayan, starting a business takes a lot more than money.
True naman, kailangan din talaga ng puso sa pag-start ng business, hindi lang dahil may pera ka.
Yes.
Okay, saan next natin is be a risk taker. Walang mangyayari kung magsistay ka sa comfort zone mo. Sa panahon ngayon, lamang na ang may alam.
Yes, tama.
May initiative pala. Kaya mo yan, Lodi Cakes. Thank you din, Lodi Cakes, sa pag-send and share ng iyong insight.
Ayan, at so nag-comment naman dito, grabe the passion and confidence, salute. Salute talaga sa ating mga business, mga business women and men. Business women and men, grabe, no? Kasi grabe din naman talaga yung nila, confidence at yung pagiging risk taker nila.
Very, very true. Okay, sa ating next naman na insight, sabi is, hina-highlight niya yung time management.
Ayan.
Nakuha niya from Miss Veronica.
Ikaw ba, Joanna? May time management pa tayo dyan.
Ay, huwag mo tanongin sa ganyan.
Ayan.
Wala ako niyan.
Ayan. At sabi dito, being a seller requires you to build a relationship with your customers. Yan, totoo naman. Yung yung mabait ka talaga, yung katulad nga sabi ni Miss Kat kanina, in a nice way ka magre-response, hindi yung nagbabardagulan kayo sa chat, nag-aaway. Ayan.
True, pero don't forget pa rin na save your dignity, paglaban mo pa rin yung sarili mo in a nice way. Hindi yung, ayun nga, hindi na yung pagbardugulan ka kagad katulad ng PMSoc. Charot. Pero ito pa, isa pang insight, sabi, I have learned that it is important to give your full effort, manage time wisely, and prepare a wise mindset before you start your own business.
Very true. At makikita mo talaga, no, na ang dami talaga nating natutunan ngayong araw na talaga siksik ng kaalaman from our 3 speakers. At sabi nga dito, listening to the speakers makes me want to start my own business. Yes! Actually, mamaya magsisimula na ako ng business. Ayan. Ganun ka-inspired. Ayan.
Ang daming insight, nakakatuwa na parang ang dami talaga nilang natutunan, no, na itong event na ginawa ng ating mga officers are not just for the sake na may event ng ating org, and may mga natutulungan talaga tayong participants na i-inspire, na i-inform.
Yes.
Yan naman talaga.
And thank you so much talaga sa ating mga nagko-comment dyan, kahit sa mga nanonood natin, sa 53 viewers natin sa Facebook. Sana ay alive kayo dyan, mabuhay kayo hanggat gusto nyo, at manood kayo dito sa Add to Cart. Syempre, panoorin nyo kami dito, yes, at madami kayong matututunan. Ayan, ang dami pa pala. Mahahaba pa, sabi dito. Sabi dito. Ayan, businesses have its ups and downs. You have to trust yourself and the people around you. Communication is always the key to make a harmonious relationship with your customers and buyers. Don't lose hope. Ashley Luce. Wow, don't lose hope. Yan.
Don't lose hope. Yan naman talaga. Tapos meron pa dito nagsabi, expressing my gratitude to the speakers who shared a lot of tips and experiences. Ang gaganda ng topics nila talaga and very inspiring. Thank you so much.
At sabi pa dito, my favorite takeaway from this webinar is to always focus on the goal and don't lose sight of it, and the hard work will pay off someday. Ang sarap sa pakiramdam, no? Yung parang nahihirapan ka ngayon, okay lang yan, endure mo lang lahat ng pain kasi someday, diba, if we really love what we do, talagang nakafocus tayo dyan, makikita din natin ang result.
True, very true. Ayan, tapos may sabi pa dito, never be afraid to have problems in your business. Instead, take it as like a training to further improve yourself as a businesswoman or a businessman and develop your company. Nakakatuwa na yung parang mga natutunan nila is about perseverance and taking risks for your dreams, ganyan. So like, love, ganun. For what you dream, kung anong meron sa goals mo, minamahal mo yung goals and dreams mo.
Ayan, at sabi dito, big or small achievements are still achievements. Be proud and celebrate. Ayan. Ang ganda, no? Kasi baka minsan kasi nakakalimutan na natin, di ba? Kaka-focus, natin, di ba? Kaka-aim natin sa excellence or ganito, ganyan. Baka naman may nagagawa na talaga tayo, pero talagang hindi natin siya tinitingnan. Di ba? Na-frustrate tayo. But celebrate every moment na alam mo ginawa mo yung best mo. Talagang be proud of it. Kasi pinaghirapan mo yan. Di ba? At talagang be happy. Huwag ka masyadong ma-stress. Dapat masaya ka lang lagi sa mga ganap mo sa buhay. Yes!
Yes! Talaga naman, sana ma-apply natin yan sa totoong buhay,
Ayan. At, have patience, of course. Totoo naman, di ba?
Patience and love go very well in life and then sa business din pala. And I think that's the last na babasahin namin inside because now, we will now proceed sa pagpe-play ng short video. So please, mga ka-HRD, please stay tuned and we will come back after this short video.
Walang iwanan na.
Yes. Please.
Grabe. And as we continue with our event, may we call on Ms. Sheila Serrano, the Executive Director of People Management Society, to grace us with a closing remark. At, ayon.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So first and foremost, I would like to express my appreciation to the speakers and participants for their valuable contribution to our activity today. In the past decades, since the emergence of e-commerce, many small and micro entrepreneurs took advantage of the reach of the internet to show what the possible customers or what the possible businesses can do. It is undoubtedly beneficial and nowadays to use the internet as a platform for marketing, especially to those small businesses who are not be able to compete with big players. The key actually to success in business, whatever focus it may be, is network. As HR or business people, you should create a network that we can help to build your career and your business endeavors. I would also like to congratulate the People Management Society for coming up with a great event such as this one and being able to execute with, I guess, deserves a flying color. Thank you very much, everyone, and I hope you guys learned a lot from our event today. I would also like to thank our advisor, si Sir Pete Menjola, for sending us his closing remarks, and of course, our project heads at Arlon, Angela, and Arnie for making this event possible, and also to all the people that were behind this event to make our dreams and our plans as realist as possible. Also, gusto ko lang din pasalamatan yung aming mga partners for being with us throughout the event, sa aming mga student partners, sa aming mga organization partners, and sa aming mga business partners for making our event the smoothest and the realest event as much as we can for this school year. At ganun din po, I would like to thank our speakers for speaking through us and for us today. Your wisdom and your reads were very powerful and reflective. Through Miss Veronica, Miss Kat, and Miss Des, we have learned so much about the business spectrum. And with that, I would like to thank you guys, and I would like to say na i-cherish po namin lahat na inyong mga binigay. So, ayun lamang muli mula sa aming mga puso. Maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin ngayong araw. Magkikita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod na event na ihahain ng PMSoc. Huli man ito ngayong taon. Pero panigurado na magbabounce back kami sa 2022 with the strongest and loveliest PMSoc as ever. Ayun lamang, manatili tayo lahat ng ligtas at sana magkaroon tayo ng lahat ng magandang buhay.
Talaga naman, parang nakaka-touch sobra yung closing remark ni Ate Sheila, ni Miss Sheila Serrano. So that's our president for you. Advance happy birthday! Pero ayun, I hope everyone will agree that before they leave this event, talaga namang punong-puno sila ng kaalaman.
I wish that to Ate Joanna. Ate Joanna, saglit lang. Alam mo ba na last event na to ng PMSoc for the year? Pero syempre, hep! Ayan. This might be the last event for the year, pero marami pa rin kaming pakulok. Kaya naman for more events and activities like Add to Cart, follow us on social media accounts on Facebook. We're at PMSoc DLSUD. Ayan. At flashing on your screen, palamuna ang ating Café Meraki Imus.
Yan. I-play muna natin ulit. Ang ganda naman talaga ng video promotion ng Café Meraki, no? Ang chill nung music na papagano na.
Yes! Eto na talaga, Ate Joanna. Eto na talaga yung sinasabi ko kanina na medyo lang. Ayan. Eto na. Alam mo na nga ba na last event na natin ito, Ate Joanna, sa PMSoc. Pero syempre, yan na nga, hep. This might be the last event for the year, pero marami pa rin tayong pakulo dyan. Kaya naman, for more events and activities like Add to Cart, follow us on our social media accounts on Facebook. We're at PMSoc DLSUD. On Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, we are at PMSoc_DLSUD. And on YouTube, subscribe to PMSoc channel. Just search for the People Management Society DLSUD. Ayan. And yes, follow nyo na rin kami at ang aming partners. Ayan ang ating Marché, Société. Yes, has Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook, they are Marché, Société of DLSU-Dasmariñas. And on IG, they are at Marché, Société. For HRSSPUP naman, their Facebook is Human Resources Student Society. And on IG and Twitter, they are at HRSSPUPMNL. At may event din silang upcoming HR Elite Awards. Kaya naman, abangan nyo yan, guys. And of course, para sa aming JPMAP BU, ang kanilang Facebook page is JPMAP Burol University Chapter.
Yes. Follow nyo na rin ang COSA on Facebook. Search nyo lang Circle of Student Assistants. Of course, for OAS or OWAS, go and follow their Facebook page. Just search for Office Administration Society. And on IG, search for at OWAS_DLSUD.
Ayan, pak na pak talaga ang ating event. Kaya naman maaari nyong salihan yung mga sinabi natin dyan. Kaya naman, let's support our partners with their events and endeavors. And before we leave, we'd like to express our gratitude to our partners.
Yes, once again, this event is brought to you by the People Management Society, together with its Gold Power partners, Marché, Société, JPMAP BU University Chapter, and Human Resources Student Society, Polytechnic University of the Philippines. And its Silver Power partner, Circle of Student Assistant DLSUD, and of course, with its Bronze Power partner, Office Administration Society. This event is not possible without the help of our Co-Proponent Partner, Café, Meraki, Imus.
This event is also brought to you by PMSoc membership partners, Almighty's in Eats, Fab Fashion, CMI Scramble Salitran Dasmariñas Branch, Jim's Fairs and Hot Mommy Dasmariñas City Cavite Branch, Sugarberry's Cake Shop, Los Churreros Cavite PH, Mangchai Café, Burol Main Dasmariñas Cavite, Bake City at James T Photography.
Yes, thank you so much. And before you guys exit the webinar, please answer the evaluation form na nakapin sa comment section natin ngayon so that you can get your e-certificates. For those classes naman na ginawang 4th class activity ang add to cart, please don't forget to answer the evaluation form. We also encourage everyone to post their takeaways with the hashtag #AddToCart with PMSoc. We are very looking forward to seeing your postings. So ayun, we hope you had fun and learned a ton with us here at @ToCart, the wonders of trading.
And before this event ends, we would like to thank our sponsors and partners again.
Again, this event is brought to you by the People Management Society, together with its Gold Power partners, Marché, Société, JPMAP BU University Chapter, and Human Resources Student Society, Polytechnic University of the Philippines. And its Silver Powers partner, Circle of Students Assistant DLSUD, and of course with its Bronze Power partner, Office Administration Society. This event is not possible without the help of our Co-Proponent Partner, Café, Meraki, Imus.
This event is also brought to you by PMSoc membership partners, Almighty's in Eats, Fab Fashion, CMI Scramble Salitran Dasmariñas Branch, Jim Fairs and Hot Mommies Dasmariñas City Cavite Branch, Sugarberry's Cake Shop, Los Churreros Cavite PH, Mangchai Café, Burol, Dasmariñas, Cavite, Big City at James Steve Photography.
And I think that's it, Blessel. Again, maraming salamat mga ka-HRD. And these are your hosts, Joanna Manyamusa.
And Blessel Isuma, now signing off. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to DLSUD. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Hail, hail, alma mater, hail to DLSUD. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall